Watching you.
The building encounters. Hello?
Hi, Zach.
Hey, what's up?
How's
It's going alright.
but
Oh,
about a month ago,
I do technically have.
I'm not gonna say anything. Go live in an area with all their kids' bicycle that he's been riding around.
Yeah.
And that area of Illinois is like all back roads, like heavy country, farmland type stuff. And so he was riding his bike and he ate shit on some gravel. Well, this was, almost a month ago, like tomorrow. Well, he got, bruised up and whatever, it was fine. Well, today, he told me that he woke up, could hardly get out of bed, his entire left arm's immobile, and everything like that, and just the amount of pain that he's in isn't like normal for what he's been doing. And so he managed to get to a bus stop to go to the hospital. And he told me when he told me he was in the hospital is that he thinks he broke his pacemaker, either that or he broke a rib. And it's just like, if you think you did that, why didn't you go to the hospital sooner? Because that's like life or death there, bud.
Yeah.
But they did some chest scans, and they just said he was bruised, but it just, man, did not want to get a scare like that.
Sheesh. At least he's alright.
Oh, yeah, thank God, but just, man. Also, I may cut in and out. I've been having issues with my headset. My cat decided that she didn't like where my cord was for my headset and decided to pull on it. And I think there's an issue with the wires.
Well, I hope this stream goes alright, because freaking... So, I streamed Alan Wake last night. I ended up beating the game. I played the whole thing, only to, the freaking Twitch studio thing was like, you're online. You've been online this whole time. But apparently, it stopped. I guess I stopped streaming an hour after I started. So I played the whole game thinking I was streaming, and I wasn't.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know if I can trust this freaking stream program anymore. I don't know if I can trust Twitch.
Yeah. That's another if you want to learn there. Let's say, there's probably several different programs that you could use.
The only real two streaming platforms I know of is Twitch and YouTube, and I've already started dealing with this. I didn't want to feel like dealing with YouTube, because Twitch does give you a lot more freedom with how you stream than YouTube does.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Darren's lame. He'd rather play Magic than play Pathfinder.
Yeah.
What a freaking nerd.
But I mean, I can't make people play.
Yeah.
Only losers don't attend for all games if they can.
I don't know. While I'm thinking about it, I may be out of town the 28th. I might be going to Indiana after work on that day for the weekend, but I'm not entirely sure yet.
Alright. When everyone was here, I was going to make an announcement that next Friday we will not be having D&D. I'll be going to visit my brother that weekend.
Oh, it's almost 6. Let's see. Let's play a game of Who Remembered.
Well, Tomko and Garcia both texted me to reconfirm that we had D&D tonight. And I told them, yeah. So when they show up, that'll be everyone besides Darren, who was like, I don't feel like showing up tonight.
Yeah, he's lame.
Whack ass. Oh, no. I will be right back.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
Hello.
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 How's it going?
Good. Probably sometime here in half an hour or so, I am gonna have to run out and pick somebody up.
That's all right. This might just end up being a kind of a scuffy stream, as me and Alex have been having internet issues. We're down a player.
I'm honestly having internet issues right now as well.
Yep. it'll just be a cursed stream, a good old Halloween stream.
Well, for me, I'm not. It's not internet issues. It's actually my headset.
Oh.
My cat decided she wanted to play with the cord for my headset, and I think she broke some of the wires inside of it. Oh, did you guys hear what happened to Hagrid?
Yeah, I saw that earlier on Twitter.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, rest in peace, Robbie Coltrane. I'll be back super soon. I just gotta finish up some signatures for my agent.
No rush.
like my internet issue might have solved itself.
Oh, that's good.
To be moving at a better pace.
Okay, I think my stuff is Gucci.
Alrighty. So we're just waiting on one last dude to pop into the call, and then we can get
Excellent.
started.
Good. I have pitas in the oven that I'm waiting for as well. Oh God, where's my natty sheet? There you are. There we go. Now it's good.
Hey, you guys seen any of those the new spooky movies that are out?
I'm waiting to go see Halloween Ends with my sister because she wants to see it.
All right.
I may be seeing the new Michael Myers movie tomorrow.
Halloween Ends. Yeah, I think we're all gonna go see it because I got a girl I've been watching all the Halloween movies with, and apparently it's already out online in HD. So we're gonna watch that as soon as possible.
Nice.
Oh yeah, no, she fucking loves horror movies, and it's great because I got to show her my fucked up Eldritch shit, and she gets to show me her serial killer stuff.
Yeah.
Have any
Nice,
of y'all
nice.
seen Barbarian yet?
No.
Barbarian.
No.
I want to go see it, but I don't want to go see another horror movie that sucks ass.
I've heard mixed things about it.
Bro, it's just you gotta roll the die whenever it comes to a horror movie.
Nah.
I mean, if you want, I could send you the ways to watch it for free, and if you can drop out anytime.
Haunt came out in 2019, but that's a good one.
All right.
I gave you actually a bunch of horror movies to watch the last time we chatted.
I may have misplaced that list.
All right.
Oh,
So-
hello.
Sorry. So
Hello.
we were watching Rings of Power.
Gross.
Yep. Yep. Well, wife is a super Lord of the Rings nerd, so cat stuff.
She's a super nerd, so she tortures herself with terrible Lord of the Rings stuff.
That wasn't even bad. That was pretty good, actually.
The one podcast I listen to has a super Lord of the Rings nerd, and he's not a fan.
I found a YouTube
guess
channel where a Gandalf impersonator roasts the show. It's pretty funny. I haven't watched the show, but just listening to him is pretty funny.
Like, I'm sure all the criticism about it are valid, but like I'm just enjoying it, man.
Yeah, it's just another show.
Really, it just is. People get way too overly attached to some things.
Well, that's nerdums. Nerd.
Well,
Well, I mean, in general, I'd rather see them try to make new IPs than animate husks of old ones just to borrow their fan base.
There is that, but that's
you can't make new IPs. There's no money in new IPs.
I'm always going
Yeah.
to feel that way, and you can call it nerd bullshit as much as you want, but
yeah.
that's why I hated the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because
Oh,
none of
that
it
one-
felt like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I
Yeah,
was
that one was pretty bad.
I was kind of excited for the She-Hulk show, and then it turned out it's kind of garbo. So
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
because I like She-Hulk, I think she's a great character, and then but
Yeah.
we're all here, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. If there's anything anyone wants to address before we get started, I do have one idea. If no one else has anything they want to bring up.
Go for
No,
it.
go ahead.
So hero points. I am very bad about remembering and distributing hero points most of the time. So I was wondering, do you guys would you rather play hero points as written, where everyone starts off the session with 1, but they reset at the end of a session, or would you rather you can hold on to them? You don't. You start each session with how many you had the previous session, and you just hold on to them, but it doesn't cap at 3.
Hmm.
Oh.
Hmm.
How many does the
Interesting.
DM get if it doesn't cap at 3?
I might put some kind of limit to it, like maybe 5. You can't have more than 5, but it's still a whole. It's a whole. If you if you get up to 3 hero points in a session and you don't use them, they're gone for that session.
That's true.
Hmm.
So
I'm down for the secondary rules just because it could possibly make this even harder than it has to be, and that's Tomb of Annihilation, baby.
I'm fine with either way, but are you doing anything special for us to earn hero points?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you aren't good about remembering to hand them out, and we don't get them at the start of every session, it doesn't sound like we'll be getting them.
You saw through my plan.
I'd rather we get one at the start of every session.
I will have a list of I guess easier parameters to dole them out. I think normally to get a hero point, you have to do something that's pretty quote unquote heroic to do it. But I think for the whole, you can save them. If you when you find treasure, those they could technically be treasure you find. If you set forth maybe a personal goal, I would have to work on that one. Personal goal in an encounter, sort of like a hey, check me out type of thing. You say, I'm going to do this. And then if you do it, you'll get a hero point for it. I thought about critical hits. If you land a critical hit with something, you could instead pocket that, make it a regular hit, and you get a hero point for that. Sort of conserving your own energy type of thing. But I don't know. It might need a little more discussion with you guys about that kind of stuff, though.
Zach, do you remember when we played in person and you had these note cards that you had everybody draw, and if they completed what was on the note card during the session, they would get an extra hero point? You could always do something like that, but instead we roll a d20, and whatever number that is, there's a certain thing we have to do, and if we do it, we'll get a point.
All right.
or a D100, depending on how many like things there are. But it's just a thought, because I remember that the note card system that we did when we were playing in person, that was pretty fun, because it was like little side things to try and work on.
Alrighty. We don't have to start doing it immediately.
Yeah.
It's just an idea that I wanted to run by you guys. So unless everyone
participate now. No, it's good.
Yeah, unless everyone really wanted to try this idea immediately, we can just do this session with normal hero points, and
Right.
I'll do some writing before our next session to try to fill out those rules a little more.
Yeah, that's fine.
But all right, if no one else has anything, we can technically begin. And so we will begin with, as usual, a slight recap. And you guys are currently wandering through the jungles of Chult. Not too deep, but you guys are a couple days walk into the northern section of the jungle. You guys found that fort that you guys went looking for, met some friends. Oh, excuse me. Uh, accept, technically accepted like a quest to go out and kill ghouls and bring back their heads to the fort as a form of like payment, as well as a form of like sort of like community service, I guess you can call it, because it's for the betterment of everyone that this is done. Um, you guys went trampsing around, met a weird tree person, stumbled across a heavily destroyed campsite, which you guys are currently using as a campsite, and technically got ambushed by a bunch of zombies and a ghoul that
Don't you mean werewolf with mange?
Oh yeah, werewolf with mange, which may or may not have a direct correlation to those zombies. But yeah, we pick up the next morning after you guys make camp, settle down, patch up some wounds, uh, chill out for a little bit, and this is the morning of the new day. Uh, and just for meta wise, for anyone who didn't notice, or if I didn't bring it up, Darren is not with us tonight. So his character, Alexander, is running on NPC batteries this evening. And so, really up to you guys. Whatever your next course of events, ooh, excuse me, next course of events is, whether you want to sort of like bring him along as a meat shield, or if you want to make this like an established camp for you guys while you're out here and just have him hold down the fort, uh, or whatever other ideas you guys think of that you want to use him for. Entirely up to you guys, but it is a brand new day, and so these some forest noises. If you guys can all hear that.
Oh yeah, I gotta turn it down on my end.
If it's
I
a
do
little loud,
not hear it. Let me.
it's a little loud. I think I could turn it down in the settings.
Remember, always keep it at least at half, and then the players have the ability to change it on their end as well.
All right, it's half of a half.
Okay.
And so yeah, it is a new morning. You guys perform whatever morningly rituals you guys normally do.
And now he
Little
pulls out his pita bread hardtack that he's eating. Ow. It's really good. And he pulls out a bowl of tzatziki as well.
little bits of god rays trickling through the canopy, along with some sprinkles of leftover dew from yesterday's rain. And what is your guys' plans?
So we're on the hunt for ghouls
Yes.
or various werewolves. if we find any. I wouldn't mind checking out the area where that map that I found to see if there's something interesting out there. But I don't remember on exactly where that lied.
Oh, don't worry, I'll pull out the map.
All right, you guys pull out the map, overlay it with your own map, and
Okay.
you guys, the BGs, are right here, out here in the woods. And
Yeah.
from the best you can tell from this sort of hand drawn map, that there is something in this quadrant near the mountain base, a little more than a day's journey from the mine.
All right. So that's probably better to do that on the way back, since that's a decent bit away from the zone that we're currently trying to go into.
Right.
That's fair.
So
What is
I'm up
near us?
for doing some more exploring to see if we could find more ghoul heads. But is there anything else that anyone else wants to try and do?
Oh, thank you for the follow, Mav Renault. I hope I said that right.
I'm down for hunting some ghouls.
I'm gonna see if
I'm
I can
just
use
go
my brain
catch
to
up.
remember one thing to help remind Gossa, of course, because she was there. This parchment that we got from Fort Beleriand from the Flaming Fists, it says that we can do expeditions, and if I recall her saying, or that them in the Flaming Fist and the guides of Port Nyanzaru have a kind of bit of a communication, but once it's out in the forest, it's kind of, you know.
They have no real communication.
Oh, never mind. I got it backwards.
They are
Ah,
they are two separate provide two separate expeditionary forces. You can essentially either pay for one of Jabal's guides, or you can pay for a charter from the fort, and you can also hire some of their foot soldiers to come out with you.
I
And
suppose I didn't ask.
as you guys met, there are also a couple of quote unquote guides who like to hang out at the fort, and they'll agree to accompany people who purchase a charter.
I'm trying to
okay.
remember. Did she say anything about for the Flaming Fist harassing people who don't have guides?
She didn't say anything about that.
I figured. All right.
Well,
But
seems like the only thing to do really is to explore around here a bit more.
yep, that's entirely up to you guys. However, if you guys wanted to quote unquote farm encounters, an optional rule for this sort of like expedition activity, instead of rolling a d4 and venturing into a different area, I guess you can just claim you spend the whole day searching. Whoops, the section you're in to scrounge up an encounter. So it's up to you if you guys want to essentially voyage around in this section, because each section is basically a day's journey in any direction,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want to actively venture throughout the jungle in different areas.
I'm fine with just saying we take the day to explore, but rolling could also be fun.
It's up
I
to
mean,
you guys.
rolling involves movement. So, do we want to have more time to travel back home, or do we just want to stay here?
Well, so we have to turn in any bounties we collect to the fort, correct?
Yes.
Yes, we currently only have one ghoul head, so we'd come back. We'd go there and get 10 gold. So, not the biggest bounty, right?
Yeah.
10? It says 20 in the notes you wrote here.
Yeah, it's 20 gold.
I was sorry then. That's my fault.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Seemed
I've
like
got
a
our
whole lot.
populace here. We could dip in here a little bit, see if we can't find a ghoul or two, and then retreat if we need to.
I
Yeah.
think maybe we should head a little bit east, because that way we can still get a little bit closer to this if we ever want to just leave.
Well, yeah, we could just go to like this hex right here.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
see.
within, and then we can go like this, and we're still halfway in. And here.
I believe it is Gaza's turn, if I remember right, to lead the pack.
I think so, yeah. Also, by the
Roll the
way,
die.
Gaza, this guy doesn't like us because, for some reason.
Oh, you mean the mine foreman? Because you guys
the
were
foreman.
harassing him while he's trying to work?
Harassing him?
That
I
knowing
wouldn't call
blue,
it harassing.
knowing blue, that sounds right.
What do you mean, knowing me?
Um,
Fucking, you motherfuckers never had a conversation in your life.
But anyway, Gaza, you are technically leading the expeditionary force, and so what would you like to do? Just scout around in this section, or move
yeah,
the party?
let's push southeast.
All right, roll
Into
that
this section.
d4.
Okay.
2, and you can move up to 2 quadrants.
All right. Well, so we want to go here. Do you guys want to try pressing deeper?
I don't mind as long as we don't enter orange. I'm scared of orange.
We'll go down here.
Bro, I'm
Alrighty.
scared if there's an orange and then there's a red. If there's a red on any of these parts of the map, we never go there. We don't go there unless we're wearing ghillie suits and fucking all carrying ranged weapons.
According to the DM map, the orange is technically the worst infected area. But
Oh.
I look at the little legend on the side. I'm like, oh, thank you, Silva.
all right.
Okay, well then let's never touch the orange. Hopefully.
All right, one moment as I set up a thing.
Yippee!
Let's see.
All right. I'm reading through the notes as you're doing that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, sorry. If you have any questions about some of the notes,
I already fixed some from some spelling errors.
Fair enough.
Corporal Jack.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Corporal Jazz is head honcho. He's like the front gate head honcho.
Okay.
Yeah, the true people in command are Lyria and Gruta.
Okay. Right. And then is Kawasha and Kupalue, are they at the fort or are they farmers outside of it?
They were at the fort.
Yep.
Okay.
He's got a bunch of Leshy friends that help him be druids and, take care of the place.
Okay.
He also said he'd eat one of them if they were bad, but
Yep.
I think he was joking, maybe.
He said
That's what Gorons were made for.
he said you could
Fair
eat
enough.
them because one of y'all asked if they were edible.
Ben.
That doesn't sound like something we ask. What?
Yeah, one of y'all asked if the leshies were edible, and he was like,
was
"Yeah,
me.
you could eat them."
Okay.
Yeah, there's no we in this.
Yeah, no, it was me.
Now
It is
you
the
got
royal we.
you guys
Oh.
are a group.
Uh-huh.
It's all of us. All the time.
Oh, of course.
All right.
So who was the native Chaltian who warned us of the dangers in the forest?
That was the weird tree lady.
Mm-hmm. Just a random person that we saw in the forest. We never got their name.
Okay. And then, is this a bunch of magic items that we don't have identified, or?
The only one that actually, I don't think we know any of them. You cast Read Aura, and you didn't pick up anything except for the potion.
Yep. You discerned that only the potion was magical.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
have
take
the ring. Who has the dagger?
I do.
Yeah, I also have the arrows, and someone else has the potion, I think. Or it might be in the bag.
It's
Yeah, I
not
think the
great,
potion's
but
in
could
the
I
bag.
take an occultism check at trying to identify the potion?
You sure can. Go ahead and roll it.
All right. No whammies. Yeah, it's probably not good enough.
It's not
14.
that bad, though.
Let's see. You feel that it is right on the crisp of your tongue what this potion is, but it just slips from you. You can't figure it out.
Yeah, she'll set it aside and give herself some time to think about it and look at it again later.
DM, because we traveled 2 days, can I have done a crafting check to try turning some of these arrows into bolt size?
Sure. During some of your resting downtime during the encampment, you can go ahead and make me. You guys journeyed for 2 days, so give me 2 crafting checks.
Okay. Hopefully, because these are magic items, maybe, or they're just silver tip, they don't break. 15, 14.
All right. You do fairly decent. Your first attempt is a lot better than your second attempt.
Fair.
But with that, you guys found 10 arrows, correct?
9.
9.
Yep.
Roll me a d6 minus 1. Rerolling a 1.
1.
All right. So you did a really good job, but you only managed to turn one of them into a bolt, quote unquote.
Ah, finally, I got it. Man, these other eights.
All right.
It's gonna be a long time changing all these. Bloody doozy.
Now let's see.
Oh, don't forget party chest. Where is it? What is it? You have a lesser anti-plague Gasa to put on your sheet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You guys are trumpsing through the woods, and you guys can put yourself
Traipsing?
into trampsing, trompsing, however you want to say it. And you guys
through
can
the lithe forest.
you
Frolic.
guys, frolicking, gingerly, merrily, holding hands, skipping. Yeah. You guys can put yourself into any sort of formation that you would like.
As usual, Anati would like to be in the front to be the scouter.
Okay.
Oh god, I gotta zoom out so I can find myself.
We're at the
Yep,
bottom.
your guys are at the very bottom.
I was just super zoomed in.
Where's our meat shoes? Where's our meat shoes?
So Taban will be left. I guess Zig is right. Alexander's probably in the back. Because we don't want to kill him, but you know. He's not here just for some reason.
But we do need him to punch it.
Yeah. Oh, and as usual, I think I'll say it generally at the start of sessions. Exploration activity is always scouting for Anati, unless said otherwise.
Alrighty. Alexander, he's on NPC mode, but he will take to the front as he's a puncher guy.
All right, Saban will be rear guard. Okay.
Oh, okay. If y'all want her to be rear guard, she will. She'll pull up the rear if you guys want her to.
Yeah.
She's very amendable to trying to do what you guys need.
Convenient.
But all right, if you guys are set up in this formation, this is how the situation goes. You guys spend 2 days going through the woods, You do notice as you guys, go into that yellowish area on the map, things do start to look a little different in the forest. You start to notice more dead things kind of just laying about, like not fully eaten, random corpses. A lot of plants that seem to either be decaying, like dying, or they're growing malformed. They're starting to look a little weird. And on your second day, you guys go your first full day without really running into anything too much, other than more than normal jungle things of like noises, random animals. But on your second day, at some point, probably later in the afternoon, maybe even around noon, you guys stumble upon a clearing, just a clearing out of nowhere, and you find a good sized field where it seems like there's a bunch of dead trees that have vines growing around them. All the grass seems to have been starved out. And you think that this might be like a poisoned area. Like it almost looks like someone was using this as like a dumping ground and all the plants died. But you do see like flowers. There's a little bit of life blooming in this field. You see yellow flowers. The area here, it looks a little hazy. Not quite like fog, maybe more like pollen. But as you guys sort of wander out into this field a little bit to get sort of a view, there is movement. Out from the twisting reeds and the yellow flowers, you see bodies. Just very crypt keeper-esque, just sort of rise up from the ground.
That's
And-
a lot.
Christ.
And
Shit, that's a lot.
they do seem to be zombies, but they look a little weird. But before we get into that, let's have everyone roll initiative.
Reminder everybody, you get +1 to your initiative. So once you roll it, just change it on there.
Yep.
Oh, God, it's terrible.
Don't worry, I'm sure these guys will roll much worse.
And I will roll Taban's. Where is perception? There we go. Apparently, I didn't add her to the thing. Didn't know that. But she got a 17.
All right. 17. And let's see about maybe a little bit more of fighting music.
Oh, do you want to pilot Alexander, or do you want one of us to pilot Alexander?
Let's see. I was thinking of doing it just to try and ensure his safety a little more, but you know what?
That's fair.
He did choose not to be here, so
Yes.
Alex,
Let the hate flow through you.
Alex, I will let you be big muscly man, so you can
Alex,
control
play
two
Alex.
different tanks. Yeah, Alex, play with yourself.
All right. Can you give me access to his character sheet?
Ah, that is right. I need to.
And try not to read his bio or things. Don't spoil his backstory.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Seriously, writes everything down.
So, I heard you got a birthmark on your ass.
Send it to me later and I'll include it in the party notes.
How'd you hear that?
All right, double check to make sure you can move him around.
I cannot.
All right, one moment then.
And
Yeah,
I can only see his bio and info, and not.
Yeah.
How about now?
It is loading. Okay.
There you go. All right, I had to give you edit control, but yep.
Yes.
First up to the bat is our big brutish orc, Ziggs. And you see before you rise a pack or maybe even a herd of these weird zombies that have like roots growing through them amongst this field of flowers. It makes a odd juxtaposition of life with death. So, what
Bloody hell.
is your actions?
All right.
Casa's gonna mention that she can give you the juice if you wait a second.
How close do I have to be for that?
I think it's touch, yeah. But I mean, I go right after you, so if you just like delayed your turn, I would act and then you can go.
All right. Do I have to do anything special to delay my turn?
You could just say,
Action.
yeah. You can just be like, I skip my turn, or you could ready an action. It would essentially be the same thing.
You don't want to skip your turn, you just want to delay. Because then you can take your full turn after I give you the juice.
Oh,
right,
okay.
All right. I will delay my turn.
Okay. On her turn, Gasa will cast Magic Weapon on Zig's weapon.
And you said you would never do that again.
Well, I was gone a session. Let's see if he can prove that he deserves it.
He did kind of prove it last session.
And you have one action
then,
left.
I want to try recalling knowledge about these zombies.
All right, these zombies. Go ahead and make me knowledge nature.
Nature, okay.
Before she does that, can we assume we told her, or she was there, the information she would have seen last combat with zombies?
I mean, she would recognize that these are indeed also zombies. They just look a little weird.
Well, I'm trying to say that for BB because he wasn't here. Like, can we tell him that slashing weapons, at least when we fought them last time, they worked pretty good?
Sure, you guys could have discussed that.
You don't have to tell BB that.
I know, but I'm telling you for Goss's knowledge. I'm trying to not.
All right, here is a nature check.
Ooh.
Wow. Nice. God damn.
So you are your brain like just soars. Somehow you know exactly what these things are, and it makes you a little worried. These aren't just zombies. These are zombies that have been possessed by a parasitic plant. They are called yellow musk thralls. And with that crit, you can learn 3 things about them.
Well, first thing I want to know is, will positive energy hurt them?
Positive energy has no effect on them.
Okay. Good information to have.
Scary.
Any weaknesses different than a typical zombie?
So no, but you do know they have a weakness to fire, which I think regular zombies also have a fire weakness.
I don't think they do.
Oh, well, you know that fire should deal with them pretty well.
Alright, very useful to know.
A third tidbit.
Are they slowed like regular zombies?
Let's see.
I fucking hope so. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Indeed, they are. Their rotting corpse, along with the twisting vines that control them, they're not very fast or agile.
Fantastic. And with that is the end of my turn, and I have to go run and pick somebody up real quick. I will be back momentarily.
All right.
Zach, don't kill Gossa while I'm gone.
Try not to. And now we go back to Ziggs. You have Gossa's gentle touch that has magically imbued your weapon. What would you like to do?
Right. So I will move 25 feet to go right here.
Alrighty.
And then I will take a swing at this Zobani.
Do it. An 18.
So with a +1
Up
from
19.
the spell.
That does hit. You make successful contact as you run up and whack right into the zombie.
Oh,
However,
and then I also roll an additional number dice for the damage, which is
D8.
what? D8. Okay. Ooh,
Nice.
ooh, what was this dice for again?
It's
Magic
from the magic weapon.
Oh wow.
enchant.
Oh, that's right, because it makes it a striking weapon. So with that magical imbuement,
Slash.
you
Jesus.
actually run up, whack this thing, and it sort of explodes like a pinata. Body parts and tangled roots and this yellow pollen just poof everywhere. However, with the yellow pollen floating in through the air, I'm going to need you to make a will save.
Oh,
All right.
fuck.
Is this?
Oh no.
All right. Is this against a disease?
Do. Technically, no. It is unspecified.
All right.
Spooky.
21. All right, you notice no real effect other than your nose is a little itchy. You might sneeze.
All right.
But you run, you hit, you have one action left.
All right. For my final action, I will raise my shield to a more defensive position.
Alrighty.
I don't want to
Raise,
get too far from the group.
and the raise shield action. Boom. Next we go to Taban. And what would she like to do?
So I think, as per the personality you kind of showed off last time with her, she just watched Zig explode a man, so she will walk up beside him, and also, no, she'll take 2 actions to dash up, and her last action to draw a short sword, so that homie isn't about to get swarmed by everything on his own.
Alrighty.
That
Next
makes
up
sense.
is Bob.
All right. You guys are all far away. I need to get closer. How far is this?
Reach.
Is it 30 feet. What is my movement speed? Is it 30 feet or 25? Character.
25 is most people's
30.
normal. Oh,
Nice.
So let's get on up there.
Took Fleet as his first.
boom.
So that's 1. Stop moving, you fucking thing. There we go. And bless.
All right.
So casting that 5-foot emanation for right now.
Nice.
All right. Still don't think you guys can see it, but at least the viewers in the stream and I can.
If you go back on there, because I have the stream open right now.
Yes.
The 3 dots.
Oh, there we go. Boom.
There you go. We can all see it now.
Awesome sauce. All right. So move, bless. Is that all of your actions?
Yep, that's all my actions.
Alrighty. Next up. Oh, excuse me. Next up is the Zombinos. And they all begin to stumble and bumble forward.
Fucking.
Gonna move that over. He's just gonna step on his dead friend.
Just kicks him off to the side. Move.
Yep.
I love the idea that the enemies just kick him off to the side. It's like, fuck it.
Alright, this zombie had to double move.
Okay, good to know.
This zombie had to double move, so I'm actually gonna mark
It's these
them.
two so far.
They'll know that they are exhausted to use war game words. This guy also had to double move.
Yeah, these bastards are fast. Fast-ish when they have 2 dashes.
And this one, he's gonna have to just start trying to get around all his buddies. And this one, because everyone else is physically blocked from his line of sight, he's gonna start coming towards you guys. But the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 who still have an action left, they will all swing out. And so we have 2 of them going after Taban.
Do you mean 4?
No, because 2 of them are fully exhausted. They had to use both their actions.
Well, they're slowed, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, I'm dumb then.
So the 2, these 2, they still have an action left. And so... Alright. 2... Boom. Oh. 2 hits going after Taban. And so we have a 14 and an 8.
Both miss.
Alrighty.
With her now reduced AC.
And then we have 3 going after Ziggs. Ooh. And that is a 24, a 26, and a 10.
All right. So with me taking the defensive action, does that increase my armor class at all?
Your shield by 2 for now. And so when you raise shield, you get your shield bonus, and you can have a reaction to shield block.
Okay. And then, so what was the totals again?
The first hit coming in is a 24, and the second one is a 26.
All right, so the first 2 hit.
Yep. Figured they would. And let's see. Well, that's not too bad. The first one... Let's see. The first one smacks you for 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and the second one smacks you for 6. However, they both technically have you grabbed.
Oh. Okay. Oh, shit.
And let's see. Oh, never mind. That is it. And so then we go to Anadi.
Technically, Alexander has a higher initiative than me.
Oh, that is correct. I misplaced him. Alright, so then Alexander goes.
Alright. He will go here and punch a guy in the face.
Alrighty. A 15 will hit as he runs up and just decks that zombie. Bap! But when he does that, as he punches this zombie in the face, a gush of this pollen like sprays out of its nose and in its mouth. He'll have to make a will save. And with that, he coughs a little bit, but he seems to be fine.
Alright. And then he will make a second punch.
And with that, it is a hard miss. As with that, it's technically a critical fail.
Alright. I don't want to kill him right off the bat, so I'll use his hero point to fix that.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Even not any better.
That might not be a crit fail, though.
It makes it a regular fail. You upgraded.
Alright.
And then we go to Anadi.
Alright, so... in this situation, because last time we had the opportunity to do a little bit of scouting, Would a Nadi have his crossbow out, would you say?
That would be entirely up to you. It is perfectly reasonable to think that you guys would be walking through the jungle with your weapons out.
He has it drawn, not loaded, so I'll use an action to load. I will then hunt prey, and I will hunt prey. He's near 1, so I think he's fine. You guys, on the other hand,
there's a little bit of shenanigans.
So I wish BB was here.
Oh man, I just realized Taban and Ziggs are also flanked. I didn't incorporate that into. Well, at least Taban
They're
is.
back to back. Yeah, Taban is from these two. Yeah.
Oh,
so
well.
I'm trying to remember. And so DM, you might have to look this up. I think you can flank shoot someone.
I don't think that's technically a thing.
Yeah, I won't confirm or deny it. I have no idea. That's why I wish BB was here, because he'd know.
I know there's some ways to give ranged people a flanking bonus, but I don't think it just incorporates to range targets.
Yeah, I'll quickly look it up. Creature's flat-footed.
Yeah.
2 melee. Never mind. So she would not count as him being flat-footed, and I don't think Taban has any flat-footed things other than brutal beating. So Anadi will hunt prey the one next to Taban so that he can get rid of this hopeful annoying shit.
All right, hunted.
Yeah. So and then I will fire and hope I hit. I will roll a natural 1. I will use my hero point. I will try it again. 15.
15. That will succeed.
All right, good to know. If that's the case, then 1d is it 1d8? It's 1d8 plus 2. So in total, I deal 13 damage to the one next to Taban.
All right, you square up this zombie. It seems to be completely oblivious to you as you line up a shot and split its skull. Explodes a little bit in classic zombie fashion, and this thing kind of just kills over onto the ground.
Excellent. Also, good to know. No dust spore this time.
Well, actually, let's see.
Oh no!
Since Taban is beside it, she will have to make a will save.
Taban, she has a +6 to will. There it is. Oh no, +4 because of the weak. Yeah.
All right.
16.
As you splatter this zombie's brains, it kicks up dust, kind of throws some in her face, and she wheezes a little bit. But it seems to have no immediate ill effect.
All right.
And I believe with that, it will go to Goss's turn. And
that's on you.
Yep. BB has informed me that he has a fire spell that he would like to use on multiple targets. So let me check her character sheet to see how many actions that is and which spell that is.
Burning Hands, maybe?
Oh, nope. It's say 2 action. So this might be a little tricky to see if she can pull this off. And her movement, it's decent. It's 25. All right. Let's see. I don't want to actually move her. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. The 15-foot cone. So if she moves here, well, here. 15-foot cone. 10 feet. All right. So she could probably catch 3 zombies with this. As she goes running up, and she will attempt to pull out a spray of stars.
I think that's
Oof.
also rolling incorrectly. It just rolled A1.
I don't think that's supposed to be an attack roll.
Actually, it's a good point. Every creature in the area must make a reflex save. So yeah, they just make reflex saves.
Yeah, alrighty. So let's boop. Let's get these 3 zombos. Let's see how agile they are.
Super agile. They do pirouettes.
I was looking at the wrong page. I was like, "Oh, they surprisingly are." I was like, "Nope."
Ooh.
Boom.
Why do you have a different page open?
Reasons.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we got a 15, a 3, and a 1. So 2 crit fails automatically, and
Nice.
her her DC, spell DC. Did I click on I clicked on the wrong person. Spell TC 17. So they all fail. 2 crit fails. So we have.
Nice.
We'll say the dude in the farthest back got this regular fail. So is dazzled for 3 rounds. Sure, that's dazzled. And the creature takes double damage, is dazzled for 1 minute. Alright, so those 2 are double dazzled. So this dude, Gaza comes running up, and she pulls out from underneath her sleeve what looks like a almost like a silken scarf that she kind of just lunges, throws it out in almost Spider-Man like fashion, and it spreads out, coalescing, kind of around these 3, and it looks like she ripped a chunk of space, like the darkness and the stars, just out of her sleeve and threw it at these zombies. And as it wraps around them, the stars, or what look like stars, collide into the zombies, setting them on fire. And so you see tiny little explosions as these zombies get set ablaze. And let's see, check something else. All right. All right, these things, as the micro stars just bang into these guys, they almost get burned right to a crisp. You could anyone looking at these 2 can tell that they are but a gentle breeze from falling over. This one, it's still standing a little bit, but with that,
brutal.
It goes to Ziggs's turn.
All right, so I will reach into my quick side grab bag and drink a potion.
Alrighty.
So it's a D8.
Are you using a baby potion or?
Yeah. I'm just drinking the lesser.
All right.
Pot.
That's not a good roll.
It is not.
As you pull out a potion and you forget to chug it, you kind of just smash it into your face in a hurry, and so you get some of it in your mouth for 2 points of health.
Yep. And then I will take a swing on this one.
Alrighty, roll it. Ooh. A 12.
Ooh.
Which turns into a 13.
13? That is still a miss as you swing out and you think you are gonna make successful contact with the zombie, but you just end up lopping off some of the roots.
Question.
Yes.
He's got a +1 bonus from magic weapon. Does he also get a +1 bonus from the bless, meaning it's a +2, making it a 14?
That would depend on what kind of bonuses those give.
I have no idea.
Bob, what kind of bonus does Bless give?
Bless says bonus to attack while within the emanation.
Status bonus. The magic weapon is an item bonus, so that is a +2.
So yes, different bonuses can stack, and that's the only way they can. And so
Awesome.
that makes it a 14, which makes it a successful hit.
All right, and then my extra D8. So for a total of 15.
All right.
Do you love me, Zig? Do you love me?
So much.
Feeling your weapon being magically auto-corrected into a proper swing, you
Fucking
make
clip you
good
here.
contact and just boom, knock that zombie down. Ziggs, you breathe in some more of that pollen, but Bob, you also breathe some of it in. You're gonna have to make me a will save.
Will save. I'm good at will save, right? Should
That
be.
remains to be
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah, expert at will saves. Should be.
All right. All right, yeah. You breathe some in and get like a tickly, maybe a runny nose. That seems to be about it.
All right. And then for my final action, I will take a swing on this one.
Alrighty.
So that would be an 18
That also hits.
for a total of 18 damage.
So you come back around and bring your weapon down almost like a meteor, crushing this corpse as well.
And
No, she's fine. She doesn't have to make any more.
Oh, never mind then. Sorry.
It's just the first time you breathe the pollen in.
Oh.
Ignore the second roll. I hit it twice, so it wasn't loading.
Yeah, you also don't have to make any more saves.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good to know.
I believe that's all your actions. And so then it goes to Taban.
Hello, Taban. She will. She can't hit the one that's still grabbing you, so she will hit. These two look the weakest. This one looks the strongest. I think she'll try and kill the strongest one. Because, why not? Yeah, there we go. Short sword, 14 on the top one.
All right, that is a hit.
Yeah, she would like to make that slashing damage.
All right, she swings out quickly with her blade, decapitating the zombie, and it crumbles.
Then she will attack the one to her top left. 13 plus 1, 14.
That will also hit as she carries through
11.
with the swing and blah, takes out 2 back to back.
All right, 3 for 3, baby. Let's do this. 11.
She can't quite make it as she goes to swing into the third zombie and can't quite cut through the thick roots that are worming their way through this body.
I like to think she just makes one huge swing, and by the time she's already through the third one, it just slightly bounces off their armor.
Yeah, very, very Conan. And then it goes to Bob.
Okay, I am going to focus to keep that spell up, just in case.
Alrighty. Does it keep it up, or does it also increase the range?
Might as well increase the range as well.
Is that a separate action?
It doesn't say so. Use a single action
reason to not make it.
Increase it says a single action to increase the emanation radius by 5 feet.
Alright.
Yeah. So just one action. Cool. And then I will do phase vault on that one.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Yeah. What is it? Does all
Nice.
Cool.
Yep. So your muscles gyrate at a frequency that launches out a magical blast that just explodes this zombie like a landmine.
My muscles are magic.
We know, Bob. We know.
And then with that, it'll go to these guys. And so for you, Ziggs, this zombie has a hold of you, and as you notice, these things, they have like these roots. They're kind of like, I guess you could call them swamp zombies, swampies.
Ugh.
They have like roots and plant vegetation growing through their body. And this one has a firm hold on you, but you notice that the plant fibers, the roots, the vines, whatever these are, they are growing out of the zombie and attempting to wrap around you where it has you grabbed. I'm going to need you to make a reflex save.
Nice. Pretty good save.
All right. You managed to break free of the zombie's hold. Let's see. This one, he will just scoot up, pushing that dead body out of the way. And these two, will make their regular actions against you, as you are once again just the closest target. So
Alright.
this guy will get 2 swings, and then the one that moved will get 1.
God damn.
All right, so we got a 14 and a 23 to hit from the first. Oh, nope. That would be a 22.
3.
Yeah, 3. 23 to hit for his second hit.
Yep, the second one hits.
Alrighty. So it goes ahead and baps you again for another 5 damage. And you just broke free of its grasp. But he lunges out again and gets another hold on you. And then the other one, who shuffles up and boom, swings out with an 18.
Misses.
It surprisingly misses.
Yep, because I will use my reaction to reactive shields, and my AC becomes 20.
Actually, it's a good thing you did that, because the zombie grabbing you makes you flat-footed, according to their thing. So you had a -2 to your AC. So you bumped it back up. Good for you. And then this one, he makes 2 swings at the dude in front of him. Boop. So
And is this on Alexander?
Yes. And
Okay.
I'm pretty sure both of those miss. Yeah, a 14 on the highest. Those both miss.
Yep.
And so then we go to him. Alexander.
He's going to do a punch.
Alrighty, Rudy. A 20 does hit as he swings out with, hair in my mouth. He swings out and just boom, knocks the block right off this zombie. Poof. It crumbles to the ground. He has 2 actions left.
He will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there.
Alrighty.
And take a swing at this one.
Alrighty. Ooh, crit fumble as he runs up and goes to swing.
I mean, at this point, it's Alexander who's just doing it over and over.
Yeah. A shoulder. May have dislocated a shoulder or something. But then it goes to a Noddy.
Well, there's a Bob in my way. Well, no, we learned allies don't technically block, didn't we? No, that was Lancer. Shit.
Yeah, that was a different game. People do body block in this.
Damn it.
You can try.
You still can try. It'll be at a penalty.
I will try. I'm assuming some kind of soft cover. Reload, hunt prey on the one nearest to Alexander, Zig, and Bob. And then,
So this bottom one?
Yeah.
Alrighty. He is hunted.
A fire. 17.
Alright. Even with the penalty, you still hit.
Excellent.
Nice.
And it takes this extra damage because I love being a sniper build. 11.
Alrighty. A crossbow bolt flies right past your ear, Bob, as it boom, pings this thing right in the face, and it has like a bolt sticking out of one of its eye holes.
It didn't go down.
It did not. It's still standing.
Shit.
Fuck. Almost got a piercing for nothing.
Must have been just the cusp of killing that bitch.
Possibly.
Oh, oops. That's my turn.
Oh, alrighty. Then goes to Gaza, who will... this is a dead body on the ground, so it's not body blocking the line of sight from Ziggs, who was looking pretty beat up.
Yes,
So
I am very
Zoggs,
You're fine.
Gaza, being the good soul that she is, she will perform heal as a 2-action, and will send out a cosmic beam to you, which will heal you for 15.
God damn.
You feel enraptured as this beam of energy just courses through you, pumping you back full of life. And that may actually be it for her turn. She's just going to stand there and be like, you guys can handle the last two. Ziggs.
All right, I will take a swing on that one.
Alrighty. Send it. And that is a success.
All right, so that'd be a 25.
You just take your shield and you just push that bolt the rest of the way through that thing's head, and it crumbles over.
Fuck yeah! All right, and then with carrying over the momentum, I will take a swing at this one.
Alrighty.
That'd be a 15.
Oh,
In total, that will hit as you swing around and knock this thing's rib cage open, spilling it out onto the ground.
Heck yeah, dude!
And with that, all the zombies are defeated. However, this situation is not over, as you guys did not fully notice or take care to inspect what these flowers really were. Gaza understood that something was up with these zombies. She knew that they were plant-infected zombies, and as you guys look at the littered remains on the ground, the vines from the zombies are still trying to reach out and grab at you guys. And that's when you notice that all the vines and the roots all around you are doing the same. And then a singular large mass, this mass to be exact, begins to writhe and undulate as its plant fibers and tendrils begin to whip at you. And it begins to move. But I believe, Ziggs, you used all of your actions, correct?
No, I only used 2.
You have 1 action left.
Yes, so do we fully know what this is?
You don't.
No.
All right, can I do a...
You can do knowledge, nature.
All right.
A 10. You know it's a big plant thing.
Oh, is this one of those Venus flytraps? Man, they're pretty weird, but this should be fine.
Yep, it's a giant fly trap.
I think Devon's gonna look at you like you're an idiot.
All right.
Like she saw you were cool when you were exploding zombies, and then you did that.
Like, just throw a fly in there. It'd be great.
And speaking of, it is Taban's turn.
She would like to look at this plant and see if it's connected.
Simple, just, looking down, she can see that these yellow, flowering things are indeed connected to this big flowering thing. Which, this isn't the best map, but essentially there's, exposed roots and vines all over the ground. And they all seem to be emanating from this thing.
Okay,
All the vines that have been choking out the grass and the trees They all seem to be from this thing. This thing seems to be the cause of why there's a pocket of death in this jungle.
The Bond has a -1 in her intelligence, so I think she'll go over here. And she would like to see if attacking this flower hurts the big flower.
All right, make an attack roll.
Okay. Do you? Is this all in good character for her? 17.
I mean,
slashing.
It's kind of debatable. She's not the smartest when it comes to nature, but I mean, there's a plant thing. There's plants in the zombies. These are plants. I guess we gotta kill the plants.
People.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she swings out and attacks this thing. Decapitates these flowers. And you're not sure if that has any actual effect.
Well, they're off the battlefield.
Something.
I think she'll.
Because it's a plant. Plants don't register pain. They don't react like a living animal would.
Plants register pain.
Not like an animal. You kick a dog, it squeals.
I mean,
you know
fair.
It hurt.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. But still, whatever. You knew what I meant. So, she's got. I don't think she'd try and demoralize a plant.
I mean,
yeah, she moved, she attacked, she'll raise shield.
Alrighty. She raises her shield. Speaking of which, Alex did not raise his shield this time, so that goes away. But then it goes to Bob.
Okay. Concentrate to keep that spell up and make it a little bit bigger.
Nice.
Phrasing.
I am swole. Nice to get more swole.
Yeah, you flex, and more divine energy just courses, exploding out from your pecs.
Alright. I'm going to phase bolt the Bulbasaur thing.
The big one or the tiny one?
The big one.
Alrighty.
So.
Nice.
A 17. You gyrate your muscles and launch another bolt of magical energy. But this plant, it seems to just barely dodge out of the way, as if it could sense an incoming threat.
What in the fuck? Yo, that plant moving.
Oh yeah, it's very moving. There's plants moving all around you. But with that, it goes to this thing. Whatever this thing is. And let's see. Doo-doo. Alrighty. Let's see. I know it's not too big of a strategist because it is just a plant, but I'm also reading over its effects, trying to stall for time.
You do what you want, homie.
Right. Alright, this thing actually moves. This mass of plant, you could see it like physically crawl closer to you guys.
Oh, Christ.
And at this point, one of its sort of like flowery tendrils actually squirts out a large plume of this pollen stuff, and it fills a big area. I'm gonna need Taban and Ziggs to remake those will saves. All right.
There it is.
All right.
Damn.
Is that good or bad?
Bad. Unbeknownst to really anyone else besides Taban and Ziggs, you guys become, in game terms, fascinated with this plant.
Wow.
And so, for as long as it's fascinated, it must spend each of its actions to move closer to the thing as expediently as possible while avoiding obvious dangers. This plant is no longer an obvious danger to you. And then it goes to Alexander.
All right. He is going to. All right. Do you think he'd run up and punch it?
Yeah.
I mean, probably. He just saw that thing willingly squirt you guys, phrasing. So yeah, he's probably gonna punch it.
All right.
He'd probably do an elbow drop.
I will say, for the sake of moving, dead bodies are difficult terrain.
All right. Fuck. So how does that mean for Pathfinder terms?
It's essentially 10 feet of movement instead of 5 movement. So that's 20 feet of movement to go through those two dead bodies.
All right. And is he still able to reach?
Yeah. I don't have a hard border around it, but yeah, this thing, it's a large. So yeah, it takes up that space.
Okay. Give me a punch.
A 9.
He 10.
He struggles up to run, punch, and he misses. He goes to punch this plant as its fleshy sort of mass just kind of undulates out of the way.
All right. Give me another punch.
No. It's just him. It's just him.
Yep. This is his. You know, this is his punishment for not playing. This is what, his third critical fumble.
Yeah. No. In fact, he should die at this point.
I'm gonna have to. I know it's Alex's fault, but I'm gonna have to punish this.
He's gotten 3, homie.
Hey,
all
man,
right.
It's not my fault. My computer hates the rolls.
All right.
I don't think it's your fault at all. It's Alexander, not Alex.
All
right.
My name's Alexander.
So it misses. That punch kind of just. Oh, I think I throw my shoulder out again. He kind of like throws himself off balance as one of the whips from the plant lash out at him, but it also misses.
Man, I'm quickly running out of shoulders to throw out.
Yep. He's got exactly 0 shoulders left.
You know what? But if we
What's
make
up?
it to town next, I'm gonna have to. We should buy him reinforced steel-toed boots so he could start kicking things.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a shoulder brace.
That too.
Had some fucking shield, like spiked cleats on his feet.
Next, it goes to Anadi.
Hi. Reload. Hunt prey. Fire.
All right, hunt prey. I assume you're picking the big plant thing.
Of course. No,
Alrighty.
Actually, I'm shooting Alex because he keeps fucking things up. 12.
A 12. You launch one of your bolts out at this thing, and you think you make contact, but I guess in actuality, you just like shoot in between some of its tangled mass, and it seems to be unaffected by that.
Did I get it? I don't know. Alright, yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty. It goes up to Gasa. And what is she gonna do? What would she do? It's a big weird plant thing that is spraying people. I'm thinking that she might actually be kind of about that.
Let's go burn it. Let's go. Let's go burn it. Let's go.
I support it.
Alright. So she will run up. Oop. And she's gonna get right about there, because that's about as close as she needs to. And she is going to do that thing again that she did to the zombies. She's gonna spend her last focus point and send out a spray of stars at this thing. At which point it must make a reflex save.
It's a plant. It can't be that fast. If it's a fast plant, that'll be scary.
Well, it's not fast, but it is agile. However, it doesn't matter. And that is a failure, so it becomes dazzled, which just recheck real quick.
Everything's concealed to it.
Actually, looking at its defenses, that has no real effect. However, the tiny coalescing stars that explode into it, that seems to actually take effect. So that some of its leaves and twigs get burned and singed away.
Does it look like it burns good?
It looks like it burns pretty good. Sorry to use your turn right as you get back. But next it goes to Ziggs, and you are still fascinated. You are compelled by this plant. You want to go up and bury your face in those flowers. And so you use your whole turn to get right up to it. And then Taban, she does the same.
Is there anything that I could roll to try and break out of it?
Let's see.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He might get save at like the end of his turn or something.
Yep, I just got to that. Make a new save at the end of each of your turns. So you and Taban will need to make another will save. Ooh. All right, so Taban is good. Taban, whoops, I did not mean to close all that out. Taban breaks free of whatever condition, spell, whatever you want to call this, whatever it was messing with her. She's a little more confused, if anything.
Oh, fair enough.
And then it goes to Bob.
Did Zig make it?
He did not. You are still compelled by this plant.
Scary DC.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'll keep focus, spread it out a bit more.
All right.
Bless
Phrasing.
I don't think so.
Does it also have a max range?
It does not say.
Let's see.
It doesn't say anything about max range.
I love this. I mean, this is turn 4, so he's been holding it for a while.
Yeah. Alright, so increase the thing, and then another phase bolt.
You could literally just indefinitely hold less.
Well, for
yeah. So this is turn 4, and duration 1 minute.
Boom. So, yep. You keep straining the muscles, pumping out that energy, that positive can-do energy to everyone. All right. You send out another bolt of magical energy that this plant manages to wave out of the way of.
The most agile plant in the world. What the fuck?
Scary, yeah.
It is
Did
pretty.
I catch that right? That I gave Zig magic weapon and he got fascinated?
Yeah.
Hey,
he's been annihilated.
Most of those zombies.
Yeah.
He did kill like 6 zombies.
Nuts. Yeah, him and Taban have been going nuts.
Next up, it is this plant thing though.
No.
And here's where things start to get horrifying.
Now?
Tell me it jumps out with legs.
No, worse. You kneel down to this plant, and a new set of vines come out from like the main mid flower. But these vines don't have cutesy little yellow flowers on them. They have thick barbs on the end, like stingers. And these things begin to stab into you. And you can feel them trying to worm their way deep into your flesh. I'm going to need you to make a fortitude save.
I mean, at least your fascination drops.
All right.
Or whatever.
Let's see. So yeah, you manage to reading over the rules again real quick. All right, yeah. So this thing drills these boring vines into your body, which the pain is very intense, very excruciating, but you don't take any mechanical damage from it. Yeah. So, but it's still very painful as the pain snaps you free from your fascination, and that allows you to essentially break free of these vines as they kind of get whipped back out of you. So you are free from whatever thing this plant was doing to you.
Well, that's
And
good.
fortunately for you, that's a full turn action. And so next it goes to Alexander.
He's gonna do a punch.
He goes to punch at this plant, and the vines and the leaves just sway out of the way of his fist.
All right. I'm gonna change tactics here.
The AC for this thing really is not that high.
You say.
Most of you guys have a higher AC, if not the same AC.
All right. So, hearing that, I'm gonna try and hit it one more time. If that doesn't work, he's gonna use his last action to try and figure out what this thing is.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair.
16.
17?
He swings again and catches nothing but leaves, seemingly making no real contact with the body.
So
All right.
At least 18 AC.
All right. So,
if you would like, knowledge nature.
No,
and with a 9, he knows it's a big plant monster.
It's a tree.
It's a rose bush. A Noddy's turn.
Reload. I've already hunted prey, so I will fucking move to a place that isn't in Taban's way, at least from this angle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Okay. All right. So from here, I will fire again.
Alrighty.
Where's my? There it is. We'll just roll dog shit all night. Fuck it.
Yep. As you send another bolt.
We're not hurting it. We're just friends.
It's hard to find the core body to this thing, as it's just surrounded by stems and vines and roots.
God, it's a goddamn fucking airsoft match. Nothing's going on.
Reload, move, shoot. It goes to Gasa. We did use one of your heal spells and both of your focus points for the Spray of Stars thing.
I was just looking at that, and I want to mention, after having cast its second focus spell, if you guys look at Gasa now, her eyes glow with like starry light, and her hair has turned from like this solid like black color to almost like a veil of stars and darkness.
What the bloody hell?
And it almost seems like she is floating a little bit.
Huh.
And I now have the effects of powerful leap and quick jump. So,
how convenient for such a small person.
Yeah. I'm going to spend one action to leap horizontally, which means I can leap 15 feet because I have powerful leap right now. That'll put me over there.
Alrighty.
She's got a spring in her step.
A literal spring.
Your characters wouldn't know this, but you as players would almost say it looks like she's walking on the moon.
Nice.
But she is going to spring over there, and she is going to sing to this plant and make it roll fortitude save.
Alrighty. And this thing is exceptionally hardy. But let's see if it actually affects that.
Alright, so that equals my DC.
Alrighty.
So it will still take 2 sonic damage.
Alrighty. As she sings to it, and would you like to describe any kind of supernatural effects that occur from her doing so?
She sings a requiem that draws the plant closer to its inevitable death.
And is that all 3 of your actions?
Yep, leap and a 2-action spell. That was haunting him, by the way.
Ah, alrighty. And then we go to Ziggs.
All
I imagine
right,
you're the one that's pissed off at the plant.
Yes, I am very angry with this plant. I will attempt to swing on it.
Swing away. A 26.
Oh, fuck yeah!
That's a hit
All right.
and a crit.
Let me roll
that.
my extra D8. So that'd be a 25.
Well, wouldn't the extra also be
It
doubled?
would add to the damage before getting doubled.
Okay.
So it's a plus 6, so 28. So after everything that you guys have been through with this plant, of no one being able to make great contact with it, whatever this thing did, whatever that little tickle maneuver it tried to do to Ziggs was, Ziggs gets up in a rage and just takes his mighty axe and does his best Paul Bunyan impersonation as he just chops this thing into cold slaw. And it stops wiggling and thrashing as spurts of yellow pollen just with each smack. And with that,
Gallagher with a watermelon.
it looks like it's done. Everything calms back down. All the vines and the roots stop wiggling. They stop reaching out at you. It looks like it's done.
God, I hate nature.
What would everyone like to do?
I'm gonna pick up my arrows.
Can we try and figure out what this thing is?
Yep, someone who has not rolled on knowledge nature can roll knowledge
Gossa?
nature. You did on the zombies, and you recognize them as yellow musk thralls.
23. I might have seen this thing before.
A 23. At this
Bluegrass.
point, technically bluegrass. At this point, with everything that has gone on with whatever this is, it finally dawns on you. You've heard stories about this thing. Horror stories, as most of the stories that come out of the jungle are. This is something people refer to as a yellow musk creeper. It is a type of parasitic plant. It resembles peaceful yellow flowers as it stretches out and grows like a weed in the jungle. But what's most dangerous about it, being that it's dead now, you have time to think this over, is its pollen. It's special pollen that acts as almost a hallucinogenic. It lulls people into a sense of vulnerability, complacency, at which point the plant bores into their brain, taking over them and turning them into a plant zombie that will then go out and continue to spread this plant to other victims, other hosts.
Oh, shit.
And so what you just encountered is probably a yellow musk creeper's, well, den, essentially, and a bunch of its victims that had yet to wander further out to spread.
Well, I start explaining that to the party.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
You remember that, Blue? And
Mm-hmm. This was one of the first fight Poe's had to fight.
yeah, somebody's arm got broken.
Ooh.
Now, with him sharing that, is there anything from this creature that can be harvestable? That are are there people looking for things from this creature?
Well, I mean, you could technically harvest its pollen to hopefully find people to, be attracted to it. It's you could use it as a drug, kinda.
That is pretty true. Yeah. You know that there could be some people who want the pollen, who might have uses for the pollen. If you want to, I guess, think on that further, either make a separate knowledge, craft, or society check. Alrighty.
Can I make a so I can make a separate craft, society, or knowledge check for, and knowledge you mean nature?
Yes, I meant to say nature. Indeed.
Okay, so then I'll do all three because I'm trained in all of them. 15. That's the highest.
I will try crafting.
All right. Yep. So both of you guys with crafting, you have various expertise, I guess you could call it, in that field. But you do know that there are, or at least you've heard, there are some medicines that can be, what's the proper word? I guess just crafted.
Synthesized.
Yeah, synthesized from this thing's pollen.
Take it back to the lab.
Yep.
Toss it in the centrifuge.
Because I made a sorry.
I was just gonna say, you would know that it's pure pollen. Has no real direct value in a medical sense, but it is an ingredient in some medicines.
So my question before, I was going to ask if the pollen. Well, firstly, I made the recall knowledge with a 23. Can I learn something about it? Because it was trying to do something to Zig, and I want to know what it was doing.
Yes. So as I mentioned before, this thing bores into its victims' brains. So thinking back over this, to re-describe it mechanically, it has an ability called Spray Pollen, which has a higher DC coming straight from the source than it does when you breathed it in from the zombies, which is why you guys had to make new saves. And anyone who is quote unquote sickened, they fall subject to the pollen. They get lulled, they become fascinated, and they have to essentially present themselves to the plant. After that, the plant has an ability called Bore into Brain. It's a 3 action ability, at which point it presents tendrils that it attempts to bore into a victim's brain, at which point it will then turn them into a zombie.
You were one save away from dying.
I am so glad I made that roll, because oh my god,
you would have been fucking dead.
Oh, Alex, I actually saved you because I didn't fully read its effect. Its last line of bore into brain, boring into a creature's brain doesn't end fascination caused by spray pollen.
Oh,
well,
you should be dead.
Well,
Well,
thank you for that.
This was a defective plant.
Yo, what the hell, man?
Okay, well then, if possible, the final question I was going to ask, because of the crafting, you said it can be used for medicine. Can I use it for a weapon coating for my bolts, and does that do anything for it?
Thinking over it, I mean, you could try to use it as a poison. That is an idea. You don't know if that would actually work, because the idea of the pollen is it brings a host to the plant. The plant is dead now, so you're not sure if the pollen would actually have any effect in that way.
Okay, fair enough. That's actually a good point. Like, why you shoot someone with an arrow? Like, what are they going to get fascinated with the arrow in them now?
If they were a masochist, maybe.
Yeah, fair. Well,
but you guys are alive.
Gossa would like to know if she can pick these flowers without it growing into a yellow musk creeper that drills into her brain as she has it tucked behind her ear.
From what you guys experienced in the fight, you know that these are actually growth outshoots from the big plant. And since the big plant is dead, these should be just, regular dying flowers now. so it should be fine.
She's going to collect some.
All right, you pick up some of the yellow flowers. There's three bundles left. So if you would like to roll, if you really care, a d4 for each bundle to see how many flowers you grab.
I just wanted to tuck at least one behind my ear.
All right, you grab one of these brain parasite flowers and tuck it right behind your ear, where it has easy access to your brain.
Yep.
While Gas is gathering flowers, is she still floating?
A little bit.
That has subsided.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then. Never mind
So
then.
that's right. Your text. So she seems to have calmed down in a sense. She's back to looking more like her normal self, and she is, walking, making actual contact on the ground with you guys. But
while she's grabbing some flowers, I'm gonna do a quick look through to see if the undead had anything on them that we could use.
alrighty, give me a perception check. All right, one moment as I roll you guys up a little bit of random goodies.
Yay!
Yippee!
Participation trophies, yay!
Is it safe to assume I recovered all my bolts?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I currently only retrieve the ones, or I put back in the inventory the ones that hit.
All right.
22.
We'll say if you guys take the time scouting around, then yes, you will find any missed bolts like sticking out of the ground or sticking out of a nearby tree.
Excellent. I still have 18 bolts, 1 silver, and 8 arrows to continue to make into bolts.
All right.
Yeah.
So as you guys
cut off all these zombie heads.
I mean, if you want to.
Oh, we don't need zombie heads. We need ghouls.
Oh.
So let's see. As you guys are searching over the zombies, it seems that some of them have personal belongings that hadn't fully fallen off their body yet. So whoever is searching through them, you find a set of navigator's tools, a small carrying pouch that has a 2-person tent inside of it, a small coffer, some kind of alchemist-like container, and it has 6 vials. They are all labeled antivenom. And
how many vials?
6.
Damn.
And you find someone else had a small, like, merce on them, and inside of it you find a 20-day supply, so 20 cans, of that insect repellent salve.
Yo.
Damn.
So 20 days of insect repellent.
Yep.
Okay.
That is.
Can I take the merce?
So top down. Do the list again, please.
I
will cancel if you're writing it.
Oh.
All right. It was a set of navigator tools.
Okay.
A 2-person tent.
Mm-hmm.
A small coffer of 6 vials of antivenom. And then a 20-day supply of the bug repellent.
Yep. Okay, got it. The antivenom, what tier? Or would we know?
It would. These are labeled as someone whoever the previous owner was didn't want them, misconstrued. They are the lesser antidotes.
Oh, lesser antidotes. Okay, so then we have 7 of them in the bag holding now. 6.
Nice.
Or not the bag of holding, just the bag.
Yeah, antidote and antivenom, they're same thing.
5e just calls it anti-venom.
Good to know. The navigators, are they ship navigators? Are they, like, there's a difference?
They are technically, I think all navigator tools are just for map making. Let me double check if Pathfinder has different variations.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's a compass technical difference.
Navigator tools. They are just they so they can be used. I guess they're most popularly used for people at sea, but you can use them for really any map, just to like make sure you're going the right way when jaunting a course.
Amongst the tools, is there a compass?
Yes.
Excellent, because that actually provides a bonus. I will pocket the compass as I am the map.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
All right, you guys just killed another score of zombies. A weird plant thing got some goodies off the dead bodies. What is your next course of action?
Well, we didn't get another bloody ghoul, which is what we wanted. I mean,
How is everybody looking on their own personal supplies?
other than some
Good.
insect repellent, I'm pretty good.
Well, I meant as like spells and the like.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, that's both first level for me.
I used up one. I got one left.
thumbs
Alright.
up.
I think we might be able to go one more with caution.
Perhaps if we search him out, but cautiously, hopefully we get a surprise round in.
So you guys are fishing for another encounter in the same area?
Does that provide us a chance to get the drop on the enemy this time? Like if we're in same location rather than exploring out around and about.
Sure. If you guys let's see. I guess if whoever's leading make a perception check.
It's a good thing I'm leading because I don't have a hero point though, but so please God roll high. 15, that's not bad.
All right. Yeah, it's not bad. And you guys are scouting around. What do you find?
Hopefully a ghoul. And hopefully he's
While we're doing all this stuff, I'm gonna take the merce and wrap it around my waist like a fanny pack.
Is that with the insect repellent in it?
That's where we keep my
you want to keep your baby oil on you at all times?
Yeah, man, you gotta keep that. Gotta look good sometimes, you know?
Fucking Bob's gonna come in here as fucking Arnold Armstrong, and he's gonna leave as fucking Dark Shine from One Punch Man.
That's exactly why I have dancing lights also, because sometimes you need good lighting.
Yeah, fucking. This is what he's gonna look like leaving the island once he's done with all that oil.
Have you seen bodybuilding competitions lately? That's exactly it, man.
I'm gonna step away for a second. I gotta use the restroom.
Alrighty,
Yeah, me too.
that's fine.
Ooh, bathroom break. That was a good idea.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Do. Make this some more tropical sounds.
Tropical?
That is alarm. Stop alarm. Jeez.
Oh boy.
All right. So, Alex is not back yet.
Yet.
All right. Ready.
Oh boy. Right, I would need as usual. Left guard.
And back.
Welcome
Alrighty.
back. Welcome back. Don't ever leave again.
And so is everyone here then?
Yep.
All right.
Pretty mad.
Oh, thank you. I didn't make it, so I don't know why to compliment to me. But you guys continue to journey through this region. You've sort of trying to make this region your own, trying to just hunt through it. I guess hunting is the best term for it. At this point, you get to a pretty dense area. You can hear running water. You're close to a spring of some kind. And you've even found what's like the partial bit of a trail that the jungle hasn't seemingly fully taken back over yet. But as you do, you guys are kind of just chilling here for a few minutes, sort of catching your breath, when one of you hears something. You hear some noises coming. They seem to be headed to your direction.
Crossbow ready. And
You can hear the crunching of grass, the splashing of water. Weird
it's crossing the river.
vocal noises. You're not quite sure what it is, but you know it's coming your way. At this point, since you guys were wanting to set up an ambush, this thing doesn't seem to be aware of your guys' immediate presence. So, what would y'all like to do? What positions, what actions are you waiting to
Stealth.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good. Everyone make stealth rolls.
Oh, ja, fick till helvete.
What?
Taban. If you're wondering what I said, I swear in different languages. It feels simpler for me. 16 for Taban and 11 for Anati, which sucks, but you know.
Not great on the stealth here.
All right. So you guys are hunching down, trying to be quiet, trying to conceal yourself, probably whispering to each other to get into different positions. It sounds like from Anadi's perceptions, something will be coming right up this path. Whatever is coming this way is slowly making its way here from across the water.
Hear a language?
It's not a language. It doesn't seem to be people talking.
Oh.
It is some kind of odd noise, though. The best way to really describe it is like a not quite a scream, but it's definitely a higher pitched noise, like "Rah! Rah!"
Oh. Can I make a nature or forest lore check to see if I know what this noise comes from?
Make a knowledge nature.
Okay. 16?
16. All right, you have either you think you have, or from someone possibly bringing one of these in through town, you are somewhat familiar with this noise. These things have a couple different names. People sometimes call them axe beaks. Some people call them terror birds. You know that they are large, predatory birds. Think of like an ostrich, but instead of like the little curved beak they have, think of it as having like a giant sword for a face.
What the fuck, man?
So an axe beak.
Yep.
Okay.
I
get it now.
You also know that these things,
Picture.
aside from being predatory, are highly aggressive.
Okay.
Great. We might be dealing with a big bird. If it gets aggressive, get it before it gets us. It's like a cassowary.
But as it gets closer, you can hear more than one. There seems to be multiple of these birds, almost moving together.
Can I see through the tree line at all?
Mm-hmm. One moment.
Thank you.
Through the little bit you could see.
Oh, sorry.
Through the little bit you could see in the departures of the trees and the brush, you could see what appeared. Yep, you could see about 3 human-sized birds that look a lot like that.
Okay.
Big murder ostriches or big murder chickens. And they seem to be kind of calling out to each other, sort of scouting around. And they are walking like a little pack. They are walking through the water and seemingly coming this way, along this sort of like trail. Maybe it's easy for them to use this as navigation.
I'm gonna look back at my friends. It's not really a ghoul. We could just back off, let them go by.
I'm fine with whatever. You know what's out here better than most of us.
I mean, it's fresh meat. That's about it.
I feel maybe this isn't worth the meat.
I agree. And Natty's gonna start backing off.
Yep. Sneaky,
all right.
Sneaky.
As people are moving away, I need everyone to make new stealth checks. They weren't great before, but
24 for a Natty.
Ooh.
And 20 for Taban and Nadi got to carry this group stealth check.
Oh my god.
Stealth check.
All right. Taban and Anadi, the two of you guys, seem to just be one with the jungle. You move perfectly in the right way to not draw attention to yourself. But when the other four knuckleheads start to move, they kind of like trip over some roots. They shake a bush, and it alerts the birds. They kind of start squaring up. They go to body block. They seem to be threat posturing, and they begin to squawk angrily.
Yeah. Back up.
At the bushes.
Oh, at the bushes?
Yeah, they can't. They haven't seen you guys, but they are now alert that there is something over here.
I will, with the ones that I have eyes, I'm assuming best eyes on this one. I will hunt prey, which it won't notice because it's just my focus.
All right.
But I think we can just keep backing off. I don't know if there's any resources we want to spend killing birds.
All right. If that's the group consensus,
yeah.
You guys slink deeper into the brush, and you can hear the birds angrily just rah, rah. But as you guys draw further away, their cries become quieter and eventually just disappear. And as far as you're aware, you have lost the birds.
Boy.
Well,
yeah, I didn't want none of that.
yeah. Well, shit. I was hoping for some fucking ghouls.
And that's the entire point we're here.
Yep. But there's all kinds of things out here you can run into.
Yeah, it's
and
fair.
So let's see.
Oh boy. Who's on walking duty to now?
First was Gaza, and then it would have went to Bob, and now it's back to a Nadi.
Have we had a day at this point, or is this all on the same day?
Probably the same day, and since you bring that up, it probably is about time for the sun to be going down. And you guys might be getting close to finding a place to set up camp for the night.
Fair enough. There's no exploration activity for camp settings.
Let's see. Throw you guys just back at this one because it has a campfire. So you guys make camp somewhere for the evening. And do you have any plans on how you set up camp? Like, are you guys doing another watch again?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I think watch is still pretty good.
Alrighty.
Do we want to split it up how we did it before? Low lights or human eyes first and last watch, dark vision eyes middle watch?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So in the chat to the right, go ahead and type the order that you would like to have people take watch.
Nadi will be first watch with who wants to join a Nadi? Which human or human eyes?
Alexander can join her.
I will join with Alexander. All right, I guess that makes Gossa and Zig the middle ones. And then it'd be Taban and Bob.
Okay.
All right. So first up, Natty and Alex. You guys take the first shift.
So tell me about your whole life story.
Well, let's see. Opens notes. Are we rolling perception?
If you would like to, that's entirely your choice.
Why do you say it that way?
Because I can't make you.
Oh boy.
Oh right, roll. No, I'm just kidding. Roll initiative. But yeah, the two
No.
of you guys, as you are performing your watch, not too much goes on really, other than it starts to get dark. As you can hear, there's noises in the jungle, but there's always noises. They're just different noises between the day and the dark. But your shift seems to go by without really a schism. Next is Gaza and Zig. If they wanted to roll perception, they are free to do so as well.
Right.
All right, to you guys. And as you guys are, quote unquote, pulling perception, doing guard duty, where do you guys be? I assume where everyone's placed, that's kind of where you set up your sleeping bag. But
Yep.
where would you guys station yourselves as guards?
See. So with these rocks, how are they like flat, or are we able to like stand on them or sit on them comfortably?
Probably not comfortably because they're rocks, but yeah, you can sit on them. They have a mostly flat surface.
All right. I will be on top of uh, the rock, just slowly, just looking around.
Gasa takes up a prone supported position in the bushes, using them for cover and concealment.
And takes a nap. But
Yep.
So I did that every time we had to go out online.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Best time to sleep.
For the most part, yeah. Sometimes it's the only time you can sleep. But
Yeah.
as you guys are going into your shift, it's essentially the middle of the night. It's pretty dark, and you can hear and then feel gentle rain, just tip tap tip tap. It's not bad. It's just enough to be kind of annoying. But with it, with rain comes different smells. Things smell different when they're wet. Bless you.
Thank you.
And Ziggs and Gagasa, as you guys are the only ones awake, you do get one of these smells. A certain smell seems to be slowly encompassing you. It's not a horrible smell, it's just a new smell. It's a little disconcerting. Uh, do y'all have dark vision?
Yes.
All right. So as you guys are scouting around, the smell comes in and just slowly starts to tickle your nose. Slowly gets worse. And then you can hear gentle crunching sounds of things
Ugh.
walking. And then from down here,
Oh.
Ziggs, they haven't quite noticed you yet, but with your dark vision, you can see just over some of the shrubbery and the other rock. You can see three shapes slowly stalking through the darkness. They pause every couple of feet, seemingly to smell the ground, and then they take a couple more steps. As they get closer into your view, they seem to be those birds from earlier. It seems that they have stalked you, thinking that you guys were maybe prey animals. But they are getting closer and closer to the camp. And as Anadi stated
Dumb
before,
birds.
they are highly aggressive. What would
All
you like
right.
to do?
So I will slowly go down next to Bob and wake him up quietly. Like, hey, help me get everybody up. Those birds are back.
Fuck. No, not the birds.
All right. You use
What happened
what
to
would
you, Bob? Why use trauma?
what would Gasa like to do, as she can sort of have a clear view of these birds creeping up?
Right. Gasa will low crawl over to Anadi, and she is going to wake him up as well. Tell him to get his crossbow.
All right. You guys essentially spend a round going and waking up a friend silently. These guys will spend a round skulking through the dark, trying to find what the smell was that they smelled earlier. And then back to you guys. 4 of you are
Alright.
awake now.
Anadi will go into a crouching position, load his crossbow, and hunt prey doesn't disappear until dawn.
Okay.
And I can just continuously do it. I can only have one target at a time, but the designation lasts until my next daily preparations. And so I still have one of them designated.
All right.
So
As
I'd
you
like to make a perception check because it's dark for me to know how far these things are from me.
Oh, do you not have dark
well,
vision?
I'm human.
As you're doing that, what Gasa would like to do,
Yes.
Dancing Lights has a range of 120 feet,
All right.
Damn.
so she is going to summon 4 dancing lights, all in interconnected squares, like right here, to backlight the terror bird
All right. You do so.
and maybe distract them a little bit.
Yeah. As you do so, boom, almost like little mini floodlight just turns on behind them, fully illuminating them to anyone who's awake. Startling the birds, they turn around screeching, being very loud. And so Taban and Alexander will really have no choice but to wake up. But now that the birds are startled into a frenzy, let's get everyone to roll initiative.
Damn. I mean, they might just leave if you chase them away with the lights.
Oh fuck.
But I have a feeling this is a fight.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
counting on that.
Yeah. All right. So, God, I'm just rolling dog shit for Natty's initiatives these past 2.
Ah, damn it. I thought I had my token clicked, but I deselected it, I guess, when I was doing the...
Taban 24, if you would. ODM.
Alright, I'll just roll again. Or not? Nope, there it is.
Thank you. Yeah, now you should just be able to change it back to your original roll.
Yeah, I guess I'll do.
Initiative tracker just disappeared.
Well, at least Anani doesn't have to reload his fucking crossbow.
All right, and Gaza has an 18. Yep, there we go. All right, I'll guess I have to do this by hand. The little button thing disappeared. All right, so that is everybody. And so first up is Taban, who was sound asleep, not wielding her weapons, prone. And so, what are her actions? Being startled by these angry murder birds. Blue? Hello?
I was
You
gonna
guys.
say Blue, I think that's you.
I didn't realize I was muted. She will use both of her. Oh, Jesus Christ! Sorry. Give me a moment.
Yep.
Decaf is, I think his account was hacked.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Looked like it.
Because he's posting shit.
What happened?
Decaf. One moment. He was posting links to bad websites. Yeah, cool.
Damn.
God, where the fuck is Decaf message? Decaf, I think your account is hacked.
Yeah, I'm messaging Shide as well, just in case it
Well,
doesn't
hopefully
read
Shad will
Decaf.
notice. Shad doesn't look at his Discord as much, but let's hope. All right, so Taban, I was saying she probably sleeps with her weapons close by. She will grab both her sword, her shield, and stand up. That's her turn. That's 3 actions.
All right. She is fully erect and ready for battle.
Man, you do the phrasing yourself.
Oh.
Your fault.
Boom. Next up,
Alright.
Alexander.
Alright. He will would he sleep in his trench coat? I feel like he's the type of person
He
that
probably
would sleep in his trench
would
coat.
because he's a weirdo.
Yeah. So he will stand up, fist his gauntlets,
Phrasing.
and no, and take a couple steps forward.
All right, he will bravely go charge the murder birds. Gaza.
All right. So she's gonna maintain the lights, and she's gonna circle the birds with them.
Alrighty.
Kind of try to confuse them a little bit, because she can move the lights when she sustains a spell. She does have to keep them within 10 feet of each other, but
Let's see. Let's give you.
she'll put one on each corner here around the birds.
This will do. Boop.
Yeah, that'll work.
The orb.
And then since Anadi has not acted yet, she is going to give him guidance.
Oh, hi, cat.
So you get that until the start of my next turn. And then for her third and final action, she might as well try to recall knowledge.
Alrighty.
So it's nature.
Yes.
Nector.
21. That is a success. And these guys.
Hello?
That is.
Hello?
Oh.
Can y'all hear me?
I think you cut out there briefly. At least for me.
You said that is, and then you cut out, and then you came back.
That is a success, so you can learn two things about these guys.
I would like to know their lowest save.
Their lowest save is their will save. They're not very strong-willed.
Not super surprising. And then I would also like to know what their coolest ability is and like what it does.
Their coolest ability
by your opinion.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh.
Hello, I'm here now.
Oh, hey. You decided to show up.
Your character rolls like garbage.
Bro, you like 4 ones.
No, you guys rolled 4 ones.
Nah, it's
I wasn't
Alexander.
here.
Coolest ability. For me, is probably their tearing clutch. If they strike someone with their beak is so sharp that it can rend into someone, making them bleed.
Are we still in this fucking camp?
No,
we
left.
This is a new camp.
Another night.
This looks like the exact same camp.
That's because it's the exact same map.
You lazy motherfucker.
Are you playing now, Darren?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. I will minimize your character sheet then.
All right. Neat. Next up is the birds. And
Gasa shares all the information she finds. It's like, target them with your mental spells, everybody.
Mental spells? I only have physical fists.
What?
Oh, and look out. We'll tear your flesh off if they hit you with their beak.
And let's see what happens to them on their turn.
Am I dying?
Do they know we're here? Oh my fuck, they do now.
All right, so as the orbs sort of circle around the birds, 1, 2, 3. Rerolling. 1. All right. This one right here, you see him squeak and squawk and just. Boop,
okay, I see
boop,
it now.
Boop. Just
he grew.
Cosmic void. Whoa. He runs away.
Yeah.
These other two seem to immediately grow, I guess, disinterested in these lights. But now they can see you guys sort of making a commotion, moving around. And
I don't know if they have dark vision. If they don't, the lights only shed 20 feet of light.
Special senses, they have low light vision. However, Alexander, did come charging towards them a little bit, and there's the light from the campfire and the light from these things. So I feel I could
He's
see
got the campfire
Alexander.
Use your watch. Did you have it going?
I would have doused it. I have dark vision.
Well,
we'll figure it out next.
Too late now.
Yeah. Next combat.
Yep.
so these two birds go running straight up to Alexander, squeaking and squatching, and each of them will sort of like leap at you, and they will make a talon and then a beak attack.
Okay.
So the two talon attacks.
Yep.
Boom. We have I believe that's 24 and a 17. So one hit, one miss. So the one that landed with his talon. How much is that?
Not enough.
Boom. He scratches you for 5. Well,
hardly anything.
Well, no, he doesn't scratch you. He kicks you. One of its big, mighty legs just boom puts a boot right into your chest as you feel its talons puncture into you for 5 points of piercing damage, and it knocks you prone.
It knocked me prone?
Yep,
What the
that
fuck?
was a hard kick.
What the fuck?
And then comes the pecking attacks.
Oh.
Now that they have you down on the ground, they're just gonna dive into you face first.
Yep.
And so we have a 20 and a 17. You have a -2 to AC from being prone.
Flat-footed.
Yep.
And so that's both 2 hits.
Those do not hit. Or one of them does not hit. The 17 doesn't hit.
Dude, well, flat-footed, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. What's your AC?
It's 19 when I'm flat-footed.
Oh, what's your AC normally?
What the fuck?
21.
Oh,
What are you wearing?
I didn't realize you.
Breastplate.
I didn't realize you
Damn.
downgraded your AC. So okay, one of them hits. All right, boop, boop, and you take 7 points of piercing damage.
All right, that one hurts a little bit more.
You
And-
said you were fine.
Oh yeah, well, listen, 5 damage was fine. 12 damage is pushing it, okay?
Oh, okay.
And as
He's a paladin. He'll be fine.
as the one gets his beak on you and just sort of begins to jerk its head around like almost like a dinosaur, just, rah, carving into you, and you begin to bleed. And so at the start of your turn, you'll take some bleed damage.
Bleed is at the end of your turn.
But you
Oh,
take some bitch
end of your turn
damage.
then. And then it goes to Ziggs, who just sees his one friend go to square up on some angry chickens and gets immediately rocked.
This cassowary's nothing. I got it.
All right. I will run up
All right.
I got chicken.
next to him, and then I will swing on the one that is in front.
Alrighty. A 23
Nice.
will hit as you run up and just pap, give this bird a hard smack. It lets out a brutal squawk, but it is still standing.
All right. Time for a second one.
All right, you go to swing again, and this bird just barely dips out of the way and gives an angry hiss at you.
And I'll hiss right back.
And then it goes to Bob.
We tried to spare you fucking chickens, and look what you did.
Well, these birds are problems. So I'm gonna use all 3 actions on Magic Missile.
All right, which ones?
That one.
All 3 hitting that one?
Yep.
Alrighty.
It was 1d4
4
plus 1.
Yep.
Per
So
missile.
3d4 plus 3.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, 3d4
Declare.
plus 3.
Yep.
Ah.
11.
Hey, yo.
Not the worst I've done. Sweet.
You sort of just machine gun flex some of your muscles, and bolts of magical energy come out and bombard this bird, just knocking the shit out of it. Bop, 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 bop. And then it goes to a Noddy's turn.
Hi.
Hello.
I've already loaded and hunted, and so this bitch gotta die.
And so you
There's the
notice
button.
the one that you. Oh, nope. That one didn't run away. The other one did.
Yeah, the hunted one's right here.
Alrighty.
Boom. 16.
A 16
17 if you
does.
want to use the guidance.
17.
All right. A 17. As this bird stands proudly over Alexander, as if hunting a wounded animal, you you just take a bolt and bury it right into its chest. Pah!
For 8 damage in total.
You catch it a good bit. It lets out a bloody shriek as a bolt just sinks right into its chest.
Reload and move to here.
Alrighty. Next up is Taban.
Taban will walk over here. Actually, 15, 20. It's fine. And a schwang. Oh.
All right. She goes up and goes to stab at one of these birds, and it manages to like sort of deflect her with its beak. Just king, having a sword fight with a bird.
She will swing again. Actually, you know what? She'll raise shield.
Alrighty.
This has 3 actions.
And so, seeing the bird's awesome parrying capabilities, she will raise her shield. It then goes to Alexander, who was on the ground and bleeding.
Are my gauntlets equipped?
Yes, Alex made you
Okay.
put your punch gauntlets on.
Good. Okay. So it's movement to get up, right?
One action to stand.
All right. So I'm going to stand. I get rid of that prone.
Yep.
And as I'm moving up, I'm gonna hit the bird right in front of me.
All right,
with
the one that
just a
kicked you.
solid uppercut. Yeah, the solid uppercut. It's gonna.
All right. You swing out with a 12, and this thing, after quickly parrying Taban, just comes around and parries you and gives you a cold bird death stare.
Fuck this bird. All right. I am going to use lay on hands on myself then.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Down 1. I restore 6 hit points. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. At the end of your turn, you take 1 point of bleed damage from your gaseous wound that this thing gave you. And then make a flat check. Just roll a d20.
I take 1 point of damage, you said?
Yes. Not drop to
11.
1, you take 1.
Yeah, I take 1. Or fucking.
Or, I mean, you can drop to 1 if you want. But, yep, you are still bleeding from that wound. It's pretty bad, pretty deep. Then it goes to Gaza.
Alright, Gaza knows that she has to keep light for the party. So she's going to move her lights as a group to encircle people like this.
Boop. Boop.
Yeah, because I can't move them myself.
Boop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then she is going to cast Forbidding Ward on Alexander and just this first terror bird. So against that terror bird specifically, he has a +1 status bonus to AC and saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Triggers.
Nice.
Boom. All right. And next up, it goes to the birds.
The
And
board.
And let's see. This one bird, he's this one, the one on the right, he's really, really messed up. So he's going to start running away. And he just runs out into the darkness.
Nice.
Can anyone do an attack of opportunity on that? Ziggs? You got
I
that?
will. Yeah, I will take a swing at it.
All right, as it goes to run away, make an attack of opportunity.
Got that bitch.
A
Ooh.
15 hits. As this thing
Oh, nice.
flaps its wings and goes to flee, you just whack, swing out and decapitate this thing.
What I tell you, you fucking chickens.
And then this one, let's see. Does he run away? Being the only one left and seeing one of his pack mates just murdered, and also being pretty hurt itself, he will also attempt to start running away.
Taban will take an attack of opportunity.
Alrighty. It goes to step away.
And with attack of opportunities, does that use map?
Nope.
Sick.
Woo!
Natural 20.
Nice.
As this thing
when
goes
she
to
crits
step.
things as well, she has a thing. Brutal beating. It is frightened 1, and she can choose to knock the target up to 10 feet away. So she will, if this kills it, she'll do an uppercut.
Let's see, 8 crit damage. So as this thing goes to turn away, she swings out and puts a mighty gash into this thing, possibly cutting off one of its wings. But it is still standing, and even more frightened than before as it goes to run away, screaming and bleeding into the dark.
It'll probably bleed out.
Probably.
Oh, probably. I mean, you're bleeding out right now.
Yep.
Oh, no. I'm fine.
And
Smile.
presumably none of y'all are going to go chase the birds.
No.
This ends that encounter.
All right. Gasa, who never got up this entire fight,
you did crawl over to me, yeah.
crawls back to her position in the bush.
Alrighty.
I can do
Anyhow,
nothing
mate.
for anybody.
Do you need
lights go out.
some medicine for your persistent bleeding?
If anyone doesn't do
scared.
any kind of medicine check on Alexander, he will continue to bleed until his wound naturally staunches itself.
Do you want to take the 25% chance every round, or do you want me to help you?
What's your bonus, Blue?
Plus
Because I have
5.
Okay, you're better at it than I am.
I chose the ranger for all the skills I could.
I mean, if you want to give it a try, go for it.
Okay.
If it won't make anything worse.
So it is the administer first aid act.
Okay, 17.
All right.
How bad is that?
It's good enough. You go over and bandage up his wound. It begins to turn red pretty quick.
What it actually is he gets a chance to make another flat check to remove the persistent damage.
Oh, is that how that works? All right. So go ahead and make that flat check. Hey, critted!
You're
Hey,
well.
there you go.
Accelerated
Oh,
healing by godly powers.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
What?
Yeah, and then you're a paladin, so you can just refocus and heal up to full.
Yeah. It's true.
After 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that was exciting.
Y'all
back
doing
to
anything
normal,
about
just-
this dead body?
Yeah, I'll.
You go for it.
I'll collect some feathers.
All right.
Uh,
You have some terror bird feathers.
And she stays prone the entire time. She crawls over there.
Is the fire still going?
Dimly, since no one said that they were keeping it going, I guess.
All right, I'll carry the bird over to the fire and stoke it back up, and then I will start the process of cleaning it and preparing it to cook.
All right. Give me a survival check.
No.
All right, you begin to.
Hold on. Can Alexander walk over and be like, no, you got to do it like this?
Sure, make a survival check if you would like to.
14.
Right, that's better. However, you do stop him from just butchering this carcass that he was doing. He was being an orc chef about it, where he was just taking his axe and chopping it into minced meat, and you're like, no, 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 you gotta cut it certain ways, try to peel off the feathers, and it's still not a clean job, but I mean, it's not a pile of hamburger meat because of you.
What, you're against bird burgers? The bones are good calcium. You gotta keep your bones up.
If I ever eat meatballs and there's a bone in it, I'm killing someone.
And so, you guys prepare. It's a strong word for it, but you guys prepare a bird to be made into rations, or a meal at least at some point.
I want to point out this is happening in like the middle of the night. You guys are taking the
Yeah.
time to
Yep.
slaughter and cook a bird.
The bird's already slaughtered. We're just cooking it.
Might as well eat it, instead of let it go to waste.
Yeah, we've only got so many rations. Come on.
But if you guys are taking the time to
rations
to
this whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been asking you guys to take them
No,
away, but I mean,
I have the
yeah.
forager thing. We don't lose any rations.
But
once we get one more person, we will.
if you guys are actually taking the time to cook this bird, it will cut into your resting time, unless you guys want to push that date back.
Gossa finishes her watch and then rolls over into her sleeping bag.
Yeah, I mean, because it was still currently my watch as well, so I was just doing it until the end of my watch, because I'm not sure how much.
Am I on watch?
That would take.
I don't
Nope.
know where we're getting.
You already did it.
Okay,
It was
good.
Anadi and Alexander for first watch.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, you guys play with the fire, play with the bird carcass, yada yada. Time passes and a new day dawns. And so, what?
Alexander's going to get up early to focus.
All right.
Just 30 minutes early. as best he can.
And so we go back to this. And are you guys wanting to keep staking out this terrain or move?
Still haven't found a pool.
Yeah.
You found one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to find more ghouls, just that way we get some more money. That way we can just be further prepared when we actually go deep into the jungle.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I mean, with what we got going on right now, just keep exploring these borders, and then eventually make our way back up is what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right, you guys begin to traverse through some of the jungle, and it gets a little wet. You're not sure if it's because of the little bit of rain that's been going on, but there is. You guys find a not really a swamp, but it's definitely a wetland type of area in this little region that you guys are walking around in. Let's see. As you guys are walking about, one of you, just to decide
Sorry
who,
about
let's
that.
get everyone to roll a perception check.
You said everyone?
Yeah. Let's see who notices it.
13 from Anadi, and I'm going to assume NPCs don't count unless specified.
Correct.
All right.
And so with this, it looks like it
Shih
goes
Tzu.
to Ziggs. So his keen orcish eye spots something. As you guys are walking about, you spot another werewolf with
Terrible.
mange.
Oh God.
Not a werewolf with mange.
A most gruesome sight.
No.
One moment as I start setting stuff up.
No. No.
Mange.
Mage. That's what it says too. It's like mage.
It's got mage.
But let's move you guys. Whoopsies,
Yeah.
did not mean to move the whole thing. Boop. Put your guys into whatever sort of marching order that you guys like.
Not there.
Nadi's always at the front, and I think Taban's always guarding left.
So you guys faced one of these mangy werewolves before, right? Is it an undead or is it...
It's a ghoul.
Okay.
I guess I'll bring up the rear.
Yeah. Well, Alexander, I've been having Taban take the left because of the thing. Do you want to switch with her?
Doesn't matter.
All right, whatever.
Does it matter? Who knows?
No, I said it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Is everybody okay? Are we all creeping forward?
Yep.
Well, I was thinking about it. Gosso probably wants to hand out an early buff. So.
Well then you want to be near him.
Or you. I could give it to you.
I mean, I do hit pretty good. If I hit. It's just my attacks are definitely once a turn. Zig might shoot twice.
Yeah. Let's try switching things up.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Oh, I see 2 enemies.
Yeah. We can see him on the peripheral of our vision.
You dirty cheats.
Jeez, you put him there.
Right?
I hit
see
the wrong
one
thing.
enemy.
Hit the wrong.
Now I
Oh,
see a
guys, we're
quarter
only
of
facing
one.
one.
Ah!
Oh shit.
As you guys are traversing through this,
That
like,
motherfucker's way closer than I wanted.
yeah,
Yeah.
Boop.
Say we move back. Oh, I know this map. I like this.
Yeah. So Zig noticed first. Does that mean we still get to position ourselves before these bitches jump our ass?
I meant to hide the zombies. They're not really there yet. But what
okay.
does happen is, as you guys come creeping up, Ziggs, you do see the ghoul, and it is kind of just standing there. Oops.
Standing there, menacingly.
Menacingly.
Man, I sure hope there aren't any
Oh, God.
zombies around
Zig's
it.
right here. Ziggs is right here.
Having some light,
Technical difficulties.
some slight GM issues. But go on.
Why did everything disappear?
Because I meant, as I just said it, I didn't mean to put them there.
Oh.
But yeah, as you guys come walking up, it's a little bit of a landmass. There's the fetid smell of swamp, and you can see, for some reason, a Nadi. His keen senses didn't peek it out. Maybe it was just the wrong angle, bad lighting. But you see another one of those mangy werewolves, and it seems to be feasting. Maybe that's why it hasn't noticed you guys. It seems to be in the middle of eating something.
All right, I'll look at everybody and I'll start doing sign language to point out the mangy werewolf, and I will actually sign out mangy werewolf.
All right, who all knows sign language?
Nope.
I did mention that I taught some hand signals. I definitely didn't teach him fucking mangy werewolf.
Alexander understands immediately.
Yep. Canonically, my orc Zig does no sign language.
That is one of his languages.
But fair enough. Do I notice the quote unquote mangy werewolf?
If he starts making weird gang signs at you and sort of pointing out into the swamp, yeah, you see the weird hairless dog guy.
I throw up an OK symbol and I will hunt prey and I will see if I can.
Do a guild lord check to see if I can understand him.
All
right.
Is that good enough?
Can I do a warfare lord check to see if I understand him?
Sure.
Sick.
Are these
good.
common symbols used in my guild?
Maybe one of them, but it means butthole. So you don't know why he's talking about butthole.
Yep. I sign back in Seamstress Guild hand signs.
All right. Gaza starts throwing up gang signs that you don't understand.
We just see Ziggs and Yaza throwing up fucking blood and crip.
I will try and gently climb this tree.
All right.
And,
First, make a stealth check and then an athletics check.
Okay, baby, come on. 13's not bad. It's not great. And then athletics. Not great at this either. 7. Fuck.
Jeez.
Ooh.
I'm not. I don't have any modifier. I just have proficiency in athletics.
Oh, wait, never mind. As soon as you go to start climbing up the tree, maybe you rustle a branch too hard, or maybe you snap one off. But this thing whips its head around and lets out a hideous, like weird, hissing growl at you guys. It begins to sort of posture up. It seems to have noticed you guys now. So I guess now's a better time than not to roll initiative.
Can I tell that it's alone? Or that it seems to be alone?
Make a perception check.
Yes, I was going to ask because last time I found out if they traveled in like groups or not from a check.
Yep.
But a 10's not gonna do me a whole lot.
It is not, but you do seem to think that it is by itself.
I can roll. Oh my god, my rolls are shit tonight. You guys suck.
We suck?
Yeah.
Bro, your character's been cursed. You haven't rolled above an 8 all night.
You put me on this path.
You ditched. Your fault. You brought the juju on yourself.
The bad juju.
I did it wrong.
I could just
click.
I could just add you.
Going a little sooner than we
Let's go. Dead last.
But we should get some of our frontliners in the way before it gets to us.
Yeah.
Yep. As things begin to mount in tension, Ziggs, you are first to act, and you see another one of those spooky hairless werewolf things.
Oh, we gotta put it down or try and save it. I haven't yet decided yet.
We have to take it to the vet.
I have the silver Zig.
Zig, I have the silver arrow, right? I mean, Goss is ready to take its skull.
All right. With sword in hand, he runs up and attempts to take a swing at this poor, defenseless, mangy dog.
Alrighty. Roll for it.
Woo! Wow, he really didn't want to do that.
I will use my hero points to do a reroll.
Alrighty.
You used Alex's earlier.
Even better.
That will hit.
Nice.
Alright.
Oh, I don't have a hero point? Damn.
He used it because you rolled a natural 1 back then, and then you rolled 3 more afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, the dice gods are not in your favor.
Yeah, you can read the chat log later. You've been cursed.
It's kind of bad. But, yeah, you run right up and just smack this thing kind of hard. Blah! It whips its head back and gives you another toothy snarl. And it seems like it says something to you, but you can't understand it if what it's saying are words.
Hey, come on, bro. I'm just eating.
I'm sorry, you poor dog, but the only way is to put you out of your misery. Not good.
You go to swing again, and it dodges out of the way, as nimble as you remember it.
Understandable. And that is my final action.
Next, we go to Bob.
Save him, Bob.
Save him.
I mean,
I need it.
he just ran all the hell the way up there. So.
Yeah.
You're his only hope.
Best I can do is the whole 3-turn magic missile thing again.
I mean, that'll hit it.
Yeah, it will.
As much help I can do from over here.
I mean, we don't know how healthy it is. How healthy does it look after the whooping?
Make a perception check if you want to try to determine its current health points.
I mean, if you allow it. 16.
16? Alright. From what you can tell, Alex ran up and smacked it pretty hard. You think it has at least half its hit points left.
Ah,
That's up to you then, homie.
fire away. If mine is about half, got a
Shoot.
solid chance, yeah.
Alright, so 3d4. Right.
Yeah, you need
3d4 plus 3.
twos.
Oh wait, 2d4 plus 2 if you're doing a 2 action.
All 3 actions.
And yeah, you just shotgun 2 magical blasts at this thing.
3.
He used up all of it.
Oh, so 3.
I got one on one of them.
And you just boom, 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 bombard this thing. It on this third hit, it like holds out its arm to keep itself propped up, and you can see it's very shaky. It might be on its last leg.
Call us PETA because we're killing these dogs.
Nice.
But next, it goes to its turn. I didn't hear it, but a couple things happen. First thing, Alex, is you notice that it was eating something. And as you kind of do a quick look around, you know that this thing was feasting on a couple somethings. Well, those somethings then begin to move and stand up.
That takes a movement action.
It does. Indeed, it does. It takes an action to stand, and then they all begin to Night of the Living Dead towards you.
Oh shit.
So the only one that gets to actually swing at you is the one that just had to stand up. Presumably its last meal. But this thing lets out a horrid howl. And there are some calls in return. You hear 2 more horrid howls. As from deeper in the swampy area, you can hear the thrashing and dashing of
Deeper as in north or deeper as in behind us?
well, from 2 angles. Boom. And
yeah,
boom.
I saw that. To the north, okay. I can move with that.
And let's see, what is there? We're gonna say they used one action. They used one action of movement to arrive on the scene, and they have a speed of 30 feet. So then they will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 10, 15, 25, 30. One gets there, charging to the rescue of his friend. Another one has to use all 3 actions to get up to back up his friend. And so,
fuck.
Shit.
Love you, Ziggs.
This guy will, fearing for its unlife, begin to run away.
I will take.
Kiss ass.
Yep. Yep,
Alrighty.
Attack of opportunity.
Swing out.
Got him.
Come on. Yeah.
That hits. This thing goes to turn, and you just stick an axe right into its back. It lets out a horrid squelch as it drops to the ground. Next, this zombie that just stood up right beside you, he will palm out at you and attempt to, well, slash you. Boop. Well, a 22 hit. This zombie's got some good aim as it just slaps you with its undead paw. And then comes the actual hurdy bit of
Hold on,
5.
before you do that.
Yes.
Hold on, wait. Liberating step.
Are you close enough to do that?
No, I'm not. Fuck. I didn't see it's at 15 feet. They didn't show me the trigger. God damn it. I'm looking at it and it just says you free an ally from restraint because that's what I have in the miscellaneous thing. It doesn't show me the trigger.
It's okay. Just move closer.
I will.
But
damn it.
Yep, this zombie reaches out and forcefully grabs you, digging its claws into you for 5 points of technically bludgeoning damage, but it now has a firm hold on you. And then this werewolf thingy, he will have one action left that he will swipe out with his big, nasty, gnarly claw. And a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Alrighty. With that, someone remembers. With that, this thing digs its claws into you like little daggers for 3 points of piercing damage. And then I need you to make a fortitude save.
Is this against a disease?
Technically, no. This is not the disease part.
Alrighty.
I think this might be the
Disease
part.
part?
Paralyze.
Yeah, there's just like the plant. There's a multi-part to these things.
I know.
All right.
I gotta ask because it'll change my roll.
All right. With that, you could feel this thing stab into your side, sharp pain, and then the wound becomes a little numb, tingly, but it doesn't overtake you like it did Alexander. And then it goes to Gossa.
All right. Jesus. Well, I was going to cast Forbidding Ward on Zig there. The issue is Forbidding Ward only protects you against a single target. And there's just too many people to protect you from. So instead, Gossa will do an airy little step. She'll reach out, give a light tap to your crossbow. And magical insignias inscribe itself upon it, making it a +1 striking crossbow.
Ooh.
Thank you, love.
She nods and wiggles her toes in the mud.
Oh yeah, you don't wear boots. I forgot about that.
Next is Taban.
Technically we're both at 11, but I do
Oh.
actually want Taban to go first. Well, no,
All right.
I was thinking earlier when there wasn't 7 people around him that I'd shoot first, but I think it's better if she's go up there now.
Alrighty.
So she'll use an action to get here. I'm assuming at this point, because Zig saw she already had sword and shield drawn.
Yep.
And so she'll take a swang at this bitch, and I closed her sheet on accident. Whoops. And she has something specific. Brutal beating. No, it's that. Attack of opportunity. I swear she had something for flat. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So if she hits this, 16.
And
this
that is a
slashing.
hit.
If it hits, then it also, because it's flat-footed, it gets this extra piercing damage. Or precision damage, sorry. So,
Alrighty.
That is 10 slashing.
She runs right up and does a mighty slash against this zombie, possibly lopping off one of its arms, but it is still standing.
Oh, these things are stronger than the fucking other ones. Okay. One more swing. 14.
That is another hit. As
8
she
damage.
circles around and lops off another huge chunk of this thing. But it is still structurally stable.
There's no fucking way it takes as much
What?
damage as Alexander to kill.
One moment before that, because BB, you know the rules better than anybody. Can she get precision twice?
Sneak
Because it
attack?
just says...
Yeah, absolutely. As long as
Oh.
the target's flat-footed, you get sneak attack on every attack.
Extra 5 slashing.
All right. With that, it goes down. So in two
Okay.
vital swings, whap whap, she fells the
So,
zombie.
At least, that's what, 10, 18, 20, at least 23 HP.
Don't try to
Unless this-
meta brain how much hit
That's
points
not-
these have.
We have the right to do that. That is our one advantage is that we get to count, motherfucker. And if these things are like the last zombies, they also have weakness 5 to slashing, so they have at least 30 HP.
Actually, that's a good point. I forgot to incorporate that. So yeah.
Oh. Well, then I
But
don't
I should have
know
had a
what
long
HP.
time ago.
Well, who knows what HP they have then? Anadi will... Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna shoot this bitch.
All right.
Okay.
Do you not want to remark it?
Oh, yes. Hunt prey first. Always hunt prey first.
Alrighty. Boop.
So hunt prey and then fire. 15.
And that magic weapon makes it a +1 as well.
I think
Yes.
he's got it
So,
factored in.
oh, yeah,
According
I
to
did.
the roll,
Yeah,
it doesn't look like.
Yeah, no, you're right. I did put it in.
Oh, then with
Yeah,
that,
'cause
it is a near miss as you just send the bolt right over this thing's head.
Gossa makes a mental note.
I look at her like, love, it happens to everybody, and I realize.
You can feel the disapproval that.
Yep. She just gives a slow shake of her head.
Fucking wasn't here to see all the other kills that we did all together. But then the one session he's back. Disapproving. That's I reloaded my last section. So.
Oh, okay. So then it goes to Alexander.
Alright. Well, I have a movement speed of 25 feet, so where can that take me? How do I... Is it 5 foot per box, right?
Yes.
Alright, so...
But
All the water
one
is
and a
difficult
half.
terrain.
Zach doesn't do that, BB.
Oh. Alright.
So I can get up to here with one movement. So I'd have to take another to get closer. Alright.
Yep.
This is gonna look like a buddy cop action movie. We're fucking back to back fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a swing at this asshole.
All right, do it.
Now, I have to. Oh fuck! I didn't pull out my gauntlets. No time.
We were warned at the start of combat.
Oh, okay. Then I did pull out my gauntlets. That's true.
Got you, homie.
Oof. You go running up and go to swing, and this thing manages to dodge out of the way.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, that's it for me.
Back to Ziggs.
All right. All right.
I should have asked how hurt he was looking.
On a scale of 0
Don't give me a
to
scale.
22,
No,
I'm
we
about
can't do that. We can't do that. No.
a little over half. All right, so I will take a
Jesus.
swing at this one.
All right. Ooh, with a 12, you swing down and this thing dodges out of the way.
All right, I will attempt it again. If it loads. There we go.
Oof. You come back around and just barely graze across its chest, maybe leaving a scratch. But it's a miss.
All right. Then okay, I don't want to be in the middle of this. So I'm going to use my final action to step away.
All right.
Not far, but I just don't want to be in the
Are
middle.
you moving or taking a step?
I'm going to...
Okay.
What's the difference?
If you take a step, that's just a 5-foot movement. You move 1 square. But if you stride, you use your full movement action, or up to your full movement as an action.
Steps don't trigger reaction.
That is also true.
Okay, I will take a step on top of the dead zombie.
All right. I'll just move that. Move that right there. All right. Bob's turn.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys are really far, so I need to also get there. Oops. Get in here. And I will stay here and take a swing at that thing.
Alrighty.
Let's get melee. Woo!
I believe in you.
A 20 does hit as you run up and smack this thing with your mace. Just a hard clunk.
I roll like crap.
Yep. And you catch it somewhere, or you make an indent, but it doesn't seem to really damage the zombie too much.
So that's 2.
Yep, 2 actions. You have 1 left.
Do I have a 1 action thing? Cast guidance on Alexander. And that's my last thing.
Alrighty. Alexander has guidance.
What does guidance do?
+1 on your next roll that you choose to use it on.
Cool. Before rolling, got it.
Alright, it goes to these guys' turn. The zombie will use an action to step forward. And so 2 of them will palm at Alexander. 1 will palm at Ziggs. Zombos. Alright. Blap, blap. So a 20 and a 14 to hit Alexander.
It does not.
Ooh. And then... Why did it roll a 2? 2 of them. Just a... Oh, no. Okay. A 26 on the roll for Ziggs.
That hits.
Alright.
Now I will use rating set. So
Alright.
it gains 3 resistance to that.
Alrighty. Boom for 4.
So I take 1.
Yep. This thing goes to...
Also step, which would put you out of range of attack, potentially.
This is also true.
If they can move, the ally can step as a free action even if they don't need to escape.
And they also are unimpeded.
Yo.
By difficult terrain, greater difficult terrain, narrow surfaces, and uneven ground.
Alright.
Nice.
I will stay where I am because I don't want to get back too far.
Alright. So Ziggs takes 1 point of damage as Alexander sort of reaches over and reverse grapples the zombie, forcing it to let go of you before it has a strong hold on you. This thing, though...
Well, if it's grappling him, he can just make the check for it. It doesn't just free him.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay,
Yeah, he makes a check to escape.
Alright,
Okay.
make a fortitude save. Good. So yeah, he weakens the zombie's grip so that you can break away from it. But this snarly thing, Alexander might be having some flashbacks of the first one that you guys fought. And this thing will attempt 2 claw attacks.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
You are the one right in front of it. Boop, boop.
That's true.
And so a 25.
Those both hit.
And, well, that would be at a -4. So 22, I think?
21 if it's -4.
Then 21.
If it meets, it beats, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so that hits.
All right. So with its 2 ghastly
Good.
claws, it reaches out and stabs at you for a total of, well, 10 damage, because it would be a d4 plus 1 each.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then make me a fortitude save.
Fort save.
Oof. All right. Almost like an instant replay from the first time.
Feel it hit, and I go down and say, "You bastard!"
Yep.
Not again.
You bet.
Oh wait. What was that? Blessing that Bob just put on you?
Guidance.
Guidance. Does that
Yeah.
apply to saves?
Yeah, if you want it.
But I didn't choose to use it. Does
The-
does a 15 actually fucking save me here? Is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Too late.
So
It's already
so
rolled.
you're blessed and paralyzed now.
Yeah.
This little boy will step up, and he will make 2 swings at Zig. We'll do it like this so it's a little easier. A 16. What the? No.
I'm sorry, what?
My
Damn.
my bad. It didn't get rid of the number. So a 16 and a 10 as it slashes out at you.
They both miss.
Alrighty. Next it goes to Gasa.
Okay. Gasa's seeing how things are going. She needs to get in there. Well, not in there, but closer.
I gotta get in there.
She's
Get in
going to
there.
move- Actually, if she goes here. Okay, that'll work. And she's going to do a haunting him.
Alright.
Because the way 15-foot cones work in 2nd edition is they look like this.
Yep.
Uh,
What the fuck?
She avoids all her allies and hits the ghoul. So I need that ghoul to make a fortitude save.
Alrighty.
As she sings a song of the grave that he managed to evade.
It
Calling
will
him back
do
to it.
so.
Fucking description.
Alright, he will take half damage, which is 2 sonic.
Alrighty. Boom. Is that all
And-
of Gasa's actions?
Yep. Soning him is 2 actions.
Alright. Next is Taban.
Taban will move. We don't know if this thing has an attack of opportunity because I haven't seen it, so I'm going to move here.
Alright. This thing is being flanked.
All right. Schwang, 14.
A 14 now hits.
Okay, 16 AC, baby. So 9 damage in total.
Alrighty.
And she will try and swing again. 7.
She swings out, puts a mighty gash into this beast, and then swings again, but manages to dodge. Now that she has its attention. Then it'll go
Alright.
to a Nadi.
Okay, well, can't fucking mess up again in front of the miss. And let's try again. Fuck.
As he messes up
No,
again,
I've missed 4 attacks in a row.
this thing, you send out
Does not
another
feel
bolt, and this thing just barely dodges out of the way.
Ah, I see. There's a rock in here. I throw it away. I reload and I fire again.
Alrighty.
Last one.
Oof.
I dropped the crossbow.
Yeah,
a misfire and it scares him.
Your crossbow has some kind of mechanical malfunction. And
Gasa,
you're like, oh god!
Gasa underlines her mental note
with exclamation points.
I'm a guide. I'm not meant to do this.
It then goes to Alexander.
Fuck yeah, it does.
And
wait to start my turn on the ground, baby.
Yep, you start your turn on the ground, and at the end of your turn, make a DC, a Fortitude save.
At the end of my turn?
Yep, that's what it says.
Oh my god, I just don't get my turn. 22.
All right. The good news is you made the save.
No good news.
You made the save, though.
You're no longer paralyzed.
Yep, you're no longer paralyzed, so you will feel it all when he eats you. Next it goes to Ziggs. Ziggs' turn.
Alright, I will take a swing on this one.
Alrighty.
On the bright side, it'll hurt more.
A 22. That will hit as you bring down your mighty, brutish, orcish weapon. You feel this thing's spine just crumbling under your blow as you drive it into the mud. And it doesn't get up.
Alright. I will then carry forward to hit this one.
Alrighty. That will be a miss.
Alright.
After your awesome dispatchment of a ghoul, you turn around and miss the zombie that's basically standing still.
Alright, so, and just to clarify, Alexander, he is currently paralyzed.
You are not sure. You know that he just fell down to the ground and he's not moving.
Alright. I will try and feed him a potion.
Alright.
Right now, I'm currently swearing like a sailor.
Alright. So I will...
Which potion?
Okay. Okay, so...
I mean, I can talk at this point. I can tell him I can move. I can feel my shit.
Alright.
Alright.
So yeah, if he's being all pissy about it, yeah.
Alright.
You can tell that he's able to move.
Alright, well then looking at him, how hurt does he look?
He looks pretty fucked up.
Alright, I will then dump a healing potion in his mouth to try and keep him from dying.
Alrighty. Roll that healing damage.
You get 7 points.
Alright, cool.
And that is my final action.
Alright. Goes to Bob.
Alright, now, after hearing how the cones work in here, I'll take a step, and then we'll also do haunting him.
Ooh.
He said I'd probably do less of a actual song and more like, bro.
A big bro belches out.
Bruh.
And this is a fortitude save?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, the two zombos. They each make 12. And then the ghoul, which somehow has a lower fortitude than zombies, makes a critical failure.
Holy shit.
Nice. Different.
And so what...
Damage.
Yep, what all does this do to these guys?
It fucks
Let's
him
see,
up.
huntsman. See, critical failure. He's deaf.
Alright, he is deaf.
And my attack modifier for the spell attack is 7.
Wait, who's all in that 15-foot cone?
Two zombies and a ghoul.
Your spellcasting ability modifier
Okay.
is just, it should only be like it's your charisma bonus. So it's like
Oh, it's the charisma bonus?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and it's +4, yep.
So 4, so the zombies take 4?
Yep.
All right.
Thought I was in that cone for a second. I was gonna get pissed.
Even more pissed?
Yeah.
All right. The zombies take 4, and that means the big guy takes 8.
Yep.
As you let out a mighty bro, and these guys just begin to envelop in cringe flames from how bad and suck they do. Next, it's their turns. And this guy, let's see. What does he do? Well, he's the last one standing, and he sees all his packmates are dead on the ground. He points a finger at you, Ziggs, and he kind of then just broad motions to everyone else. And it speaks in a harsh, raspy voice in common. It's like, I'll tell the Soon Sisters all about you. And then uses all 3 of its actions to dart out into the swamp and disappear from sight.
How far is he?
Let's see.
He moved how many actions?
If he uses all 3 actions, then he will move 90 feet away, which I will say after about 30 or so feet from the dense jungle, he is gone from sight.
I do have a range of 240, but okay. With
But
Hunt
then-
Prey, I could snipe a motherfucker.
But then the mindless zombies are going to do what they do and just be zombies. So the first one, well, whoops, meant to click on that.
Yeah,
So
just
they will.
plus its bonus.
Each of them will all make a palm attack, or I guess claw attack,
Buddha palm. Oh.
against each of you. So one on Ziggs, one on Alex, one on Bob. In that order.
Yep, mine hits me.
Yep, so a 20, a 26 and a 25 and an 18. Which still hits
AC
Bob.
14. AC 14.
Alright, I'm gonna just roll their damage all at the same time. Well, all like as one. So you all take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as they partially palm you. And they all technically have you have their prey items grappled. They're grabbing you. And then each of them will use their second action to make a second attack.
Their attack, does it say like this damage plus grab?
Yes.
So they have to spend an action to use that grab. Unless they have improved grab.
Okay.
Improved grab gives them a free action to grab something when they hit with that attack.
So then I will just make a single athletics roll for each of them, and who it affects. They will each use their second action to all perform their grappling checks.
Yeah, so they get the grab automatically. They don't have to roll for it or anything. But yeah, they just have to spend an action on it.
Oh, so you just spin an action, they don't have to roll?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
As long as the attack hits and they spend the action, they get to automatically grab.
Bruh.
So you
All right.
know this. You guys complained about how every single encounter I designed apparently had a creature with grab.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was traumatizing. I don't remember it on purpose.
Oh, well. So yeah, each of them harshly palms out and grips you in a death grip. So all 3 of you are grappled by the zombies. And then it goes to Goss's turn.
That means you're all flat-footed. I was really debating on whether I was going to do this or not. But you know what? It would not be a session if I didn't blow all my spells in the first encounter. So I'm going to do a 3-action heal, because I specifically moved in position for it.
Yeah.
I need all the zombies to make a fortitude save.
I will just roll them all together for speed.
'Tis a little late.
Boop. 9. They all made a 9.
Okay, so they all fail.
And
Can I spend a hero point on that?
sure.
Okay. Okay, they all take 8 damage, and everybody heals for 8 as well.
All right.
Oh, that feels so much better.
So with that, boom, boom, and this one goes down as they all erupt from divine energy, just blasting into them. One of them crumbles to dust, and the other 2 are barely there.
Excoriating light bursts from their pores.
And then it goes to Taban.
Boy, oh boy. Taban will walk up and with a whirlwind of blades. First the one. Actually, you know what? First, should move here. First the one behind with Alexander. 10.
With flanking, that will hit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh.
10.
Zombies, man.
Whoosh.
Yep.
And,
And with that, she decapitates it.
And
it
then
crumbles.
17 on the other one, and it BB. This isn't flat-footed like this, right?
No.
Okay.
You have to be opposite.
Mine's no longer grabbing me then. I'm no longer flat-footed.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. That is 3 actions for a naughty. Will pick up his crossbow, take a deep sigh, aim fucking carefully.
Miss.
Oh wait, he reloads it first, and then don't you give me your fucking luck. I don't want to look like you.
Can I spend my
14.
hero point to make him miss?
No.
If I had one.
And as I fire this at this fucking zombie, which I think 14 hits, I just want it to hit and take the head off and then pin it against this fucking tree.
I just saw someone in chat. Hobo Boy. He says, cheering for the monsters. Come on and slam. Go, go, zombies.
Fuck you, hobo.
Welcome to the jam.
But, yeah.
Nice seeing you here, though.
Remustering. Trying to build confidence in yourself. You pick up your crossbow. Fire. And poof. Blow this zombie's head off.
Asa looks back over her shoulder and gives an approving nod.
I just give her a thumbs up and I'm like, that's all on you, man. It's all on you. I'll start fucking walking over, miffed.
Maybe Goss is cursing the weapons. Maybe that's what's going on.
No, when it was on Zig earlier today, brutal.
I'm not convinced.
But with that,
Go back my fucking bolt.
it seems like everything is done. It seems like everything has been re-deadified, and you guys are currently the only ones standing.
All right,
But
was it just me?
one
or
of the
did you hear
ghouls-
that dog talk.
Yeah, it said like sisters
Yeah, I heard
of
the
Stone?
damn dog talk.
Is that what people heard?
Is that what it said, Zach?
The people who would have heard it would have been like Ziggs, Alexander, Bob, you guys. You were right up there with it. And it said, I'm going to tell the Sohn sisters all about...
Like seed.
Like-
How do you spell that?
like seamstress.
Oh.
Gaza.
Oh, Kasa's excited.
She would be. She's going to be
And then
real
he's gonna
excited.
And now he's gonna walk up. What are we talking about?
I don't know, something about telling their big sisters.
Gaza's sisters or something.
Seamstresses in the jungle.
Seamstresses in the jungle.
That's what
How would
it
you make a
said.
dress out here?
And Natty's gonna try and use
I don't know.
his
I'd love to find out.
brain.
Fighter.
Has he heard any tales of a seamstress sister?
No.
All right. Sounds bloody unlikely.
However,
but all right.
jungle seamstresses sparks something in you. That phrase, something. Since Anadi never really got to grow up with other people like him, but you are aware of your own, for some reason, natural ability to sort of be a seamster.
It's fair.
As far as you could remember, people telling that whoever your original parents were came from the jungle. So, jungle seamstresses? Maybe this has something that could relate to you.
Natty kind of shuts himself up. I mean, it doesn't sound too likely, but, might be something worth pursuing.
Okay. Do we have any idea even where to start?
Oh, Goss is
Well,
trying to like twist and like snap the heads off.
Okay.
The ghouls.
nice.
Using-
Depending, well, we obviously want more ghouls, right? And we know that one of them left. And I'm going to turn around
She's
and
picked
look
up a
at...
rock and is just like smashing at the vertebrae.
Oh, bloody... Goss, I hand her my machete. Don't do that, Christ.
I love Goss's background shenanigans.
No, we need it to look like a head. Otherwise, they won't accept it.
That's why I was heading the neck.
Anyways, I look back at the ground where this fucker ran, and I use hunt prey because I can hunt a prey if we want to track it, and
All right.
I have +2 to survival checks to track prey when they're hunted.
I am fine with that, but I would
Not
like
today.
some healing before we go.
Yeah.
Would the tracks be heading closer to the orange zone?
Hard to say unless you guys start tracking them.
By the way, make sure everybody who got the heal from Goss's big thing, put it on there.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you guys all got that 8 HP.
You bet your fucking ass I did. My HP's been going up and down faster than diabetic's blood sugar level.
Looking at a certain stream right now towards a certain player.
I think he stepped away for a second.
I think he did too. Yeah.
So wait, are you guys able to hear me?
We can.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What now?
You just did it. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, well, we were suggesting that perhaps we go chase after that ghouly bunch. He said something about these Sound Sisters. Don't know what the hell it is. Right, if we want another head, we could possibly track his ass down.
I don't know, I'm getting awful tired of getting fucking paralyzed from every bit of my body. I think if we catch up to his head, it's going to be smashed against the fucking ground.
I mean, if you can possibly do that to his ribs, his legs, his hands, I think that's fine. Just keep the head.
Ooh, what if the sisters are ghouls? Then we get more heads.
Oh, jeez, that'd be terrifying.
I mean, if the ghoul just said, I'm gonna tell my sister, or the Soa sisters, possibly ghouls?
I'm not entirely sure. I've never heard of a ghoul having string before, but to be fair, I haven't seen everything in this jungle. I've only been in it a few times.
Man, it'd be gross if they sew together like meat puppets.
Or if they were sewn together.
That'd be gross, yeah.
I don't want to think of that.
They make jungle Frankensteins.
Daddy's gonna walk over here. Nani will wait for people to take the ghoul's head and any loot, and just kind of wait to see if anybody wants to go chase a ghoul or not.
All right, so you guys are the last one standing. Sorry, we went over our regular time a little bit, but this will be our last thing for the evening. But before we close out for the session, what are any last-minute actions or activities or plans you guys would like to do?
Well, I don't know who's carrying the other ghoul heads, but Anand.
They're in the bag.
Sorry, Gasa kind of wants to leave sort of like get some like ropes and make like one of those like netting sort of things. Just sort of like string it together. That she can like put the heads in and then like tie to her belt or something.
And then we have a total of 3 now.
Yep, you have 3 ghoul heads.
I pull out the ghoul head, and that's in the bag. Do you want this one too?
Sure.
It's like little keychains.
What? What kind of bloody key? Oh, jeez.
The ghoul kind.
I mean, listen,
the ghoulish
I understand
kind.
they're undead, but like, this is fucked up. I'm not gonna judge. I'm your guide, but like, jeez, by the god.
We roll the bodies into the swamp.
All right,
Hey, it's fine.
dump whatever's left.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
Oh no, we don't want to wake his ass up.
And
Next
so,
thing we know, we're gonna piss off Swamp Thing putting these things here.
I protect the green.
Fuck! Run!
but yep, you guys dispatch this next horde of undead. Got a few more ghoul heads, and yeah. Anything else you guys want to do or say?
Taking some short rests.
Good.
Yeah, a short rest, and
All right,
there isn't really anything else I could think of.
all right. Patch up here, make a short rest, and as a further reward, everyone hits level 2.
About
Hey.
Dorime.
Are we playing with free archetype?
What
remember.
does that mean?
I asked you that last time, and you said yes.
So free archetype is at every even level, you get a free feat to spend on a dedication or archetype.
Oh, sure.
It is
Yeah,
a
you can do that if
very
you want.
cool- It's a variant rule introduced in the Game Mastery Guide.
Yeah, if you guys want a multi-class, you can do that. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
very fun.
Hmm.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you guys are, boom, officially level 2.
Ooh.
If anyone needs any help leveling up their character, just let me know.
Do we go up to full HP?
You do not.
Yes.
Okay.
To get hit points, you need to rest and heal.
Well, we can still take a break here, people. We don't have to run off just yet.
Yeah.
But, yep, that is... I guess...
Actually, there's one thing
Yes.
that I want to do. What roll do I need to make to figure out what the Soon sisters are?
The Sown sisters?
Yeah.
I would say... This wouldn't be something that you could just roll for. This is gonna require some actual explorative knowledge to figure out who these guys are.
All right, then I will make a note to ask about them when we get back to that fort.
Alrighty.
We do not technically have to go chase after the ghoul, which is a thing. Point of order. What are we doing this session? Do we want to chase after the ghoul, or do we want to head back? We got 3 heads. 4 heads. No, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 heads now.
Going after the ghouls seems like it'll take us back into the forest, kind of away from the mountain area.
If possibly deeper into the orange.
Yeah. So do we want to maybe go back to the fort and gather a few supplies before we do that?
That wouldn't be a bad idea, but if
Yeah,
we're
and we
going
could
back
ask-
to the fort, I want to go to that map to see if there's anything out there interesting.
And we can ask
Yeah.
about the sisters while we're at it, see if they know anything.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's very true.
I'll go ask the spiders. Nobody knows I can talk to them still.
Alright, and if we are ending it here, as you guys are sort of planning your next steps, we should plan our next steps on when we can meet back up. Because I know
Right now,
next
3 hours.
I mean, sure, I'll probably still be awake, but I don't think everyone else will be. But next Friday, the 21st, I will be out of town visiting my brother, so I don't think I will be able to run then. And then I think Alex said something about him not being available the 28th.
Yes, I may be going out of town for the weekend.
So if that happens, then definitely not the 28th. Is everyone good for the 4th, if not the 28th?
I know
As far
I
as I'm
should
aware.
be, but is there any other day prior to the 21st and 28th that we could play that's not on a Friday? Because I'd be completely fine because I don't have anything else going on during the week.
Yep, that's entirely up to you guys because I'm basically free any day.
Generally free any day.
Let me know what you guys decide on, figure out.
Yeah, I think it's something to figure out when we get closer to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with
'Cause-
it being Friday today, would the 18th, which is a Tuesday, would that work for you guys?
I have a different game I usually run on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a game that's every other Wednesday, so it'd be and we played this Wednesday, so it'd be free the 19th.
That I'm fine with the 19th.
Is everyone good with the 19th?
Wednesday seems fine to me, I think. I don't know if I have anything.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
we got
typically do jiu-jitsu classes on Wednesday and Thursday nights, but I can skip one.
We don't want to twist your arm about anything.
I can skip one. It's fine.
You
that's
don't
generally
show
what
up,
he's
you're
doing
kicked
anyways.
out.
Oh, is that how it works? If that's the case, what happens if you're here for only half a session or less?
I was delayed.
Yeah,
Were
delayed.
you delayed? Okay. You made a conscious choice. You gave up on us.
Okay. Well, I have to get up early tomorrow morning.
Night, homie.
So I will see you guys later.
Good
Thanks
night.
for the session, Zach. It was
Yep.
a blast.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Night.
All right.
And
Good night, everybody.
yep,
Night.
night, dudes. And for all you people watching or watching in the future, as you just heard, our next weekly Friday D&D session will be on a Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 19th, 7 p.m. And we will catch all you guys then. So, good night, and see you later.
Good night.